Moshi, good morning! Live back on in this wonderful, terrible Friday, whichever it could be. Final Fantasy 14. I don't want to say the slog continues, but things are looking on the up. How bad could they be, right? That's the important thing to look at, I think. At least, relatively speaking. But we're in. I thought there'd be an update. I thought they were talking all about updates and whatnot. I guess that wasn't happening, but halfway through, I'm trying to think. I just saw maybe this is an upcoming update. It hasn't changed. And this has always bothered me a little bit here. But you see how you can set like your movies and your titles and it says Endwalker, and we're not at Endwalker, and I still gotta buy Dawn Trail eventually, but you know how you can like choose the one you're at, so, like Stormblood, I can do it and hopefully it doesn't play the movie. I don't want you to play the movie. It's supposed to stay with what your progress is, or at least that's the hope anyways, but it never sticks. Like it's there, and then when you log off, it's a whole deal and you gotta log back on in. But am I the only one that thinks that the Stormblood title makes no sense with all of the fire that showed on that title screen? It's been nothing but wet. Nothing but wet. And I just realized I made a grave mistake. That's empty. What was I doing for 5? Oh, I guess I was on the gram. That's okay. We'll get something later. Water, iced tea, something. We'll wet the whistle, if you will, with something. I'm sure Cartesian Cat would come in. I mean, you look at this. As Y2 Cloud was telling me yesterday, it was the water that really turns them off. Water worlds are not the greatest, and that's okay. Not everyone can like water worlds, but Kevin Costner didn't even like water world, right? So, and that guy, no one knows what's going on. But we got lots of stuff here. We got lots of faded copies. What do you do with those things? I got a silver. I keep forgetting I got to exchange that to something. I have a small little friend there that's doing some wonderful things. But let's go and chat on up with Hien, not Hien. Everyone laughs at me when I say it wrong, but we're moving on into the Crimson They Walk. But we're gonna get a little bit of a gift there. We don't know what it is. Could be nice, but his eyes are filled with determination. At the risk of sounding impatient, we have certain pressing obligations. It is time that we saw to them. You are right. To whom much is given, much is expected. Nay, do they not think yourself so indebted to us? Was not you who gave us your blessing to participate in the Nadam, and who saved my lord Hien from certain death? Doma is in your debt, and will forever be a friend for the mole. And we to you, Gosetsu. A thought occurs to me. If you wish to return to Yangtze at all haste, the passage to the south of the Dusk Throne would offer the most direct route. The Dotharl sealed it with their magics during the Doman Rebellion, when more men in iron came from afar. Why did that music just hit at that point? Oh, if ever there were a time to open the pass, it is now. We should journey to Dotharl. But before that, when we visit the Dawn Throne, I wish to speak with our most radiant brother. Are you sure that's a good idea? I know we agreed to fight for Doma, but I doubt he'll be very happy to see us so soon after we beat him. Nama made us for war, Lise. Ever since we came into this world, we have fought. In the Nadam, blood was shed, and lives were lost. Brown earth was stained crimson, and Xela wept. But crimson is the dusk and the dawn, death and rebirth, an ending to mark a new beginning. We are who are born destined to die, As the seasons turn, we are born again, thus spoke the first. So you see, we harbor no hatreds. The Nadam is the Nadam, and what comes after is what comes after. If you say so, the Dawn Throne first then? Yes, and I shall accompany you. And so it's settled. To the Dawn Throne we go. I guess I'm running into the problem of... Oh, no, I don't think... I think my red mage is still higher at 259. What class... Or what level is it? 67. So I believe we're still doing okay for the level stuff. I should probably see what level this is. 66. Okay, so we're doing okay. Everything is gonna be alright. We're gonna go and settle off on two over there. Do I have to... Wait, where are you taking me? Where are you taking me? Oh, over there. Right there. So just do so, and we'll get there. All right. I wish I could fly. The compass does not detect any nearby elephants, but that is a mammoth man. You know, I don't know what I expected. I expected some type of like Final Fantasy name, and then I just see Mammoth. Can't say that I am disappointed at all. How could you be? And then we're gonna take the made-up elevator that they don't show you. It's like the Mass Effect elevator, right? It's like one of those things where it's like, well, we can't show the loading screens at the Bridge of the Hyrule Warriors, right? We just ask and we're lifted up. I feel like every opportunity to have this thing lift up. No, sorry, everyone was looking up at Chocobo butt there. I apologize. Please take me up there. And then I believe we can, I guess we could have gone to the Aether right there, but no need to yet. Anyways, let's get a new minion roulette. Okay, I could vibe with that guy. Sure. A little fitting for the setting we're in. I should probably also make it a point to do these other quests. You know, my side quests for my level. All right, Magni, what do you got for us? The sun is disinclined to entertain you at length. Speak your purpose in coming. Humble as ever. Should I be humble in the presence of inferiors? I'm a child of Adam, and you are not. Your triumph in the Nadam does not raise you to such heights. Be careful of your wording. Batu will not be joining us. He was wounded in the Nadam. His hurts are grave, and he requires rest, but he will walk again in time. Though it is of no business of yours, such pity does not become of a Kagan. We are not allies, traveler, far from it. The Nadam will come again, and with it, our rule. I say again, why have you come? To bid us surrender the Dawn Throne to the mole? Nay, the mole are beholden to the will of the gods, and they would not have us reside here. The Orner and the Budugu remain. We are for Xantia. Anxia? We'll get there. And wish to speak on your part in the coming war. Ah, the Domans and the Iron Men. Remember our pact. Sound the call and the Orner will answer. Full glad I am to hear it. We have preparations to attend to, but we'll send for you soon. The gods are kind. I am sure the Orner will prove a great boon in the days to come. Just give me the old finger wag. Of the dusk, a maiden gentle and ethereal, a dancer in the morning mist, and a warrior besides. Look into my eyes, child. See you as him? Are you my Nama? I know not of what you speak, Brother Magni, but I am certain you are mistaken. Quite. We should get going. Right now. I mean, I will say, the clothing that everyone is wearing is fantastic. We are truly wearing some really great stuff. Where are we heading off to now? All the way over there. Okay. And I do remember that we can yeet ourselves off here. There we go.
Hello, people.
Hello, people. Indeed, Wolfslayer. It's your last day away from the office. How do you feel before you go right back on in? At least I believe it is. Are you enjoying it? Are you enjoying your last pantsless Friday? I mean, like, it's not that like every day will not be pantsless. I mean, that's for you to decide. I'm sure, I don't know if shorts are going to be accepted in the new office you'll be working in, because, you know, technically those aren't pants, but cautiously optimistic. And I do still have Monday, but the time, oh, you're off on mañana too, eh? Okay. Is Monday some like a weird like, we're gonna send you a bunch of stuff over the internet and we want you to, oh, that's right. Yeah, it's Remembrance Day here in Canada. Something that should be a holiday, but isn't. We haven't figured that out yet, apparently. Let's get a card game going in first. Maybe we can actually win a card. Veterans Day in the States, yeah. So same essential thing. Veterans Day, Remembrance Day for us. Oh, I remember why I hated this, I hated the rule set here. Oh! God, do I hate you. Oh, that might, okay. Oh! God. I'm gonna terrible. Terrible. Give me one more. Give me one more good reason. If the rules, it's one of those things like just when I remember playing Final Fantasy VIII, the rule sets could certainly kill you. Like, you could have the best cards, but if the rule sets are terrible, you know, there's not much you can do, unfortunately. And this is my weekend. I gotta find something other than the Behemoth. I gotta have a better card than that. That's really hurting me. That's 7. Oh. Well, we got one, but ah, a victory for once. Now give me a card. All right, hold on to your cards. I'm gonna go and be sad with Sadu. All right. Have you done all the side stuff for like your work, like your new job? I mean, like you know, or is that like your first week there? You're gonna, you know, it's basically gonna be like, and here's your office or cubicle. I'm not sure if you have an office or not, and maybe it's an open concept thing. Here's the ping pong table. Here's the beer fridge, but you can't have too many beers because, you know, we gotta work some days. Anyway, sorry I haven't been in the stream in a while. I've been busier than I would have liked my break. No, don't apologize. I appreciate that anybody comes on in, and I understand that people have lives. I mean, I do sort of stream at like the worst time for people who are employed. Right? But you know what's really funny? Like, I know, like, it's funny, like, COVID opened up a lot of things for streaming and for people. Like, because a lot of people were off work or were just like, oh, like, now you get to work from home because of COVID, and we don't want people to talk to each other anymore and be close. So, like, you know, that opened up that opportunity for people to be home and watch things. So a lot of streamers adjusted their lives like, oh, we got to take advantage of this and stream, you know, during the day while people are home, right? Because a lot of people sort of stream that weird afternoon, like starting at like 2 or 3 in the afternoon to hit the European audience, and then would stream into like, you know, the 8 or 9 o'clock. So like, you know, the people got home after that did go to work could still catch a little bit of the stream or whatever. And then people like adjusted to like I'm just gonna start my workday at 8 a.m. right? Because that's what time people have their office hours at home, right? And they can have 8 screens, and one of them can be on me. And now like it's slowly starting to adjust back into you know, the working from home is starting to be less and less, unfortunately. You did a bunch of tax documents and stuff already. Pretty much everything I'm expected to do before starting is... Okay. That wasn't like just, you know, done like that type of thing. The Kagan and his warriors. Greetings, my lady. We come to you on a journey south, bound for Anxia, where our comrades await us. How fare you and yours in the wake of Nadam? Many were wounded, some few to the death. Resplendent were their souls in the chaos. It was a good battle, a good day to die. Soon we will greet them again. And mayhap one who went before them also. Gezer's seed has quickened in his lover, and when the child is born, we shall see who waits behind its eyes. Yeah, at least for your position, it's not uncommon to require on-site work simply because of the nature of the work. It's not impossible for me to return to the hybrid remote schedule, but not at least for a while. Yeah, that's understandable. It's funny, like, you know, I've been at my job for quite some time, and something popped up, sort of like a promotion. It's one of those weird things of like, I feel like if I at least don't throw my name in the hat, you know, might as well. But like, it really opened up my eyes to like, we started like a new thing with human resources and using a new program. I think it's you know, it's pretty much a lot of companies use it. I think it's called like Workday. But so like things went from like, you know, people getting like the you know, we'll just pick who we'd like they want to utilize the new program. So like, you know, it opened up my eyes like, oh my god, like I haven't done like this like application stuff in quite some time, right? I've had no need to. I've liked where I've worked, so you know, no reason to really, you know, write a resume and you know, or the CV as sometimes people call it and all that stuff. So I had to go and find one and update it and make sure everything was on there that needed to be and whatnot, and you know, sort of on waiting on the next sort of process or whatever. But you know, it is what it is. If it doesn't happen, whatever. But just getting all those things like, oh, I've been out of the game for a while type of thing. But already we must look at the next Nadam. We must grow strong of body and mind, and your war will help us to do so. Say the word and we will fly to the field. Of that I have no doubt, for you are Dothar. There is one more thing we would ask of you. The magics you used to seal the passage to the south, will you unmake them? I assume that's meaning that will give us access to the Aetherite. If that be your wish, when next we come together, it will be on the great battlefield against a common foe. I trust you will fight with the same fervor you demonstrated during the Nadam. Ha! You, ancient one, and will be the demon I know you be. Aught less would be a disappointment. Hey there, Mr. Cloud. How are you, my friend? Welcome to Kevin Costner's Water World. Honestly, you're kind of hoping that this job will be the one I can stay at for 20 or 30 years. Kind of tired of the instability my jobs have given me, and this one could be an actual career, which is pretty rare amongst my friends. That's good to hear. Like, I know like there's sort of like an age difference, and we were talking about this before of, like, I think in this generation, or maybe like the newer generations, like, people were told, don't stick around in a job for, more than 5 years. You're shooting yourself in the foot. You have to keep moving to get raises and get promotions and whatnot. And I mean, maybe I'm a little bit old school, but like I said, like, part of being happy at work or being complacent even sometimes is okay. I have no problems with that. And depending on your field and what you're in, it can be even more difficult to find other work. But there's also an aspect of, like, even if you wanted to leave your work, you're losing some things. So I know like you've more so come from like contracted work type of thing, which is very different. What I'm assuming is what you have now. If it's something that's going to be a career-wise, right? Like if you're like myself, where you spend 16 years in, you've accumulated a lot of vacation time. You have some type of seniority, whether that counts or not. Type of thing. But like it's. If you start afresh and new somewhere, as exciting as that can be, you say goodbye to all of those things, right? And it's, you sort of realize, like, it's not always about the money type of thing, or at least that's the way I think about it. Anyways, you're just doing okay, Cloud? Well, that's okay. I mean, it's like one of them work days, right? So it can't be that great. Unless, of course, you were off today, then, things are looking up. Have a drink. If you can. Feel the noise. Stay away from the bantha. Isn't that like a Star Wars thing, I think? So in other words, we no longer have to go jumping into a lake to get to the other side here? Is that what's going on? What was blocking this before? A giant boulder? Or just some guy saying like, no, you're not allowed to go past here? You just posted in Superkick. Got an email for Chamber. It's going to be at the Rogers Center instead of Scotia. Wow. They have expectations of selling a lot of seats. I mean, like the last wrestling event that was at the Rogers Center. How dare we still call it that? Sky Dome, was WrestleMania 18? Wasn't that what it was? Sadhu Khatun has done her part. The passage will deliver you to Doma. Admittedly, I felt the loss from my old job. I was there for 7 years and had a lot of little perks and stuff that are gone now. It was sad, but the company was practically hemorrhaging people, so it had to be. Yeah, like, and that's the scary thing, right? Like, especially when you're at a company for so long, and maybe like you think about like that you're lucky enough to be there for that amount of time, but you start seeing like maybe problems arise, or like you said, like people are leaving out of nowhere, or not out of nowhere, but you can see the writing on the wall and you're like, I gotta get out of here. Like, as much as you can like it, you're like, oh. I mean, I've seen that at my current job. Like, I've gone through many we've gone through a few buyouts, we've gone through bankruptcies, and to think like it's still there is a little shocking, but we're just coming out through another purchase again, I don't want, another corporate takeover. A bigger company is now purchased us, and everyone's got the high hopes, but I've seen the lows of what can happen. And sort of like what the problem was previously was we were bought by an American company a while ago, and then 2008 happened and it didn't go well, and now we're bought by another company, and they say all the right things, but already people are very worried with the upcoming political ramifications with President Trump coming in again. So no one's, everyone's sort of throwing their hands up. They don't know what's going to happen, right? So, you can stay optimistic, and, we basically print money I mean, so if, you know, they keep the ship steered, I mean, you know, let us do what we do and enjoy the dividends, essentially. That's what you purchased for. But it's always unfortunate when those things are out of your control, type of thing. Oh, it's red. Wait, is this a banner of the Mole tribe? It's not the most practical of gifts, but we nevertheless wish to present it to you. I do not fully understand what has befallen Doma, or your homeland, Lise, but I do understand that you and yours have suffered terribly. The Mole place their faith in their gods, and in turn they shepherd us. They watch over and keep us. We pray they show you the same favor. As it was in the Nadam, blood will be shed. Your land's engulfed in a storm of fire and steel, yet, as it did here, it shall mark a new beginning here. May you ever walk in crimson, for in crimson there is life, there's liberation. Thank you for your prayers, Serena. We shall remember them. I wonder why WWE has gone to do the Rogers Center. Like, I know Taylor Swift is doing her, I think, 6 shows in Toronto there. I mean, obviously she will sell that out every goddamn night, but I wonder if, like, with all the upgrades that they've done in the Sky Dome, like, you know, to make it a better fan experience. I mean, it, you know, all in all, it still is a baseball stadium, but, like, it's weird of, like, the elimination chamber. Like, I understand, like, that itself, yeah, it's pretty big, but they fit that in arenas all the time. Like, am I missing something? Like, that doesn't, like, it's not one of the big 4, right? And I know, like, Wolfslayer might be confused, but I mean, like, you know, isn't Survivor Series also in Toronto? And that's going to be at the Scotiabank Arena? Although I would put, of the big 4, Survivor Series is number 4. Like, in my opinion, obviously it's WrestleMania, then it's Royal Rumble. Oh, it's Vancouver Survivor Series, sorry. But still, they're playing in the arena, right? They don't have a big giant stadium in Vancouver. That's not like the Sky Dome anyways. But yeah, like, it's WrestleMania, it's Royal Rumble, it's SummerSlam, and then it's Survivor Series. And, you know, Survivor Series, I would argue, like, you can't even really call them 4. I would say it's the big 3. But you know, it's got its prestige from being around for so long, right? Like, I don't know what other, like, obviously, because they also work in sort of quarters, right? Like, you know, beginning of the year you have the Rumble, and then, you know, the start of the second quarter you have WrestleMania, and then, you know, the start of the summer you have SummerSlam, obviously, and then the start of fall you have Survivor Series. I feel like you could exchange something else for it, but you know, they're giving me things to put into a house that I do not have. It's a little weird, but maybe they're expecting a lot more people because they said they sold out. Right, like, I don't know the inner workings of that. Like, I mean, if there were still people who wanted to get tickets at Money in the Bank, like, if there was a lot of people interested in, like, you know, if there was another 10 to 15,000 people that wanted to go to the show and couldn't because, you know, it sold out, then it makes sense to go to the Sky Dome, right? You are not who I wanted to talk to. The hour of the reckoning. Right then, to the House of the Fierce. With me, my friends. With me. Covered a new location. Oh, it's a tiger! Is it not white, though? I've not used this road before, but I recognize this place. The House of the Fierce should lie somewhere to the south. I'll go on ahead and inform the sentries of our master's return. No word about an NXT or Raw or SmackDown for Toronto. I feel like they would at least do one, you know, maybe not Raw, but maybe you'd get like an NXT show, you know, at Scotiabank Arena around the same time, right? Does look like a beautiful place, though. Are we underground? Alright. Can someone fix the bridge, please? You jackasses. I'm a bit further than you. I've moved on up to the east side, as they would say. Yeah, but with you remember with how I mean, I know you said you were taking a little bit of a hiatus, but you know, I'm playing if I'm lucky, maybe once a week, twice, maybe. You know, if I find a time on a weekend to play, which I usually like to, but I'm usually not doing anything story-wise. Obviously, when I'm not playing, I'm usually playing a different class or, you know, just playing some back-end stuff. So it's always fun. Well, here we are. I wonder if they are all gathered inside, waiting, perhaps expecting a speech or some sort. Well, no matter. I shall have to do what I have to do.
Brothers and sisters, pray forgive me my absence. It has been far too long.
Lord Hien. Gosetsu told us of your trials and tribulations on the steppe. Would that I had been present to witness your victory, my lord.
Our victory, Yugiri, owed as much to each of my stalwart comrades as it did to me. Now rise. I will not suffer this excess of formality any longer.
Were you able to like negotiate for some things, like little perks and stuff, like at your new job, Wolf Slayer, or is it? I mean, I know when you start a new thing, the last thing most people want to be doing is throwing out demands and whatnot, type of thing. But you know, if you're a wanted asset, then of course you got to you know, pad yourself a little bit, I think, right?
Alphinaud and Alizé Leveilleur, I presume.
It's good to see the twins back.
I'm told we owe you much. It is a pleasure to meet you both.
The pleasure is ours, Lord Hien. Though we were born and raised a world apart, our values are one and the same. Freedom, justice, liberty. Each of which Doma shall soon enjoy once more.
Boy, I mean, it's pretty much wherever we go, whether it's, you know, as the Scions or other, we certainly are bringing freedom, justice, and liberty. Everyone's happy to get their independence. So I did ask for all the typical accommodations I usually ask for. Only thing they couldn't give me was the remote work, and they responded by well, exceeding my salary expectation. Oh, well, that's good. I feel like, again, like we sort of discussed earlier, I feel like that's sort of the thing, right? Like, working from home has opened up a lot of avenues for a lot of people in allowing them to, you know, hey, look, I'll work for less if I get to work from home or whichever, right? People value different things and for different amounts, obviously, but like, you know, if they're coming to the table with something else, then it's just like, oh, okay, well, we're all good then, right? And you didn't have to negotiate since they pretty much got ahead of me on the perks. Okay, well, that's good.
Hopefully. I understand you have brought an army.
Indeed.
Looked at the PS5 Pro. If I had to trade in my PS5, I would still owe... Jesus fucking Christ. And it was just like what we were talking about yesterday about, like, you know, the cost of the console. People don't realize, like, how fucking dog shit our dollar is. Like, quite literally, you trading in the current system to get the new one, and you're still basically paying what an American would be to get a PS5. Till the 14th, they would give me $415 for it. Wow.
Good. We, meanwhile, have secured the support of the Confederacy and a not insignificant number of your countrymen.
And they know people will get it, right?
The Blue Kojin, too, have expressed a willingness to join the fight.
Like, are you even considering doing that, or is that, you know, that's a lot of money. I want to say, I thought I saw on Twitter, like, someone... I don't know who it was, like someone at Sony of Japan, I want to say. I can't remember who it was. But basically was telling people, like, pretty much like taper your expectations for the PlayStation 5. Like, it's not gonna, or the PlayStation 5 Pro, it's not gonna blow you out of the water. I'm sitting there like, for fucking nearly $1,000, it better. But yeah, I mean, it's the latest and greatest, and it's now just coming out, but I'd like be trading a 3090 for 4090. You got to expect to spend extra because it's newer and more powerful. Yeah. I mean, how you like, Wolfslayer, I know you got like the PlayStation 5 sort of out of nowhere. Like, do you find yourself playing the PS5 a lot more, or do you find yourself playing the PC more?
The shinobi will render.
I mean, I guess it depends. Like,
however,
much like myself, I've very gradually turned into a more of a PC player, and it makes it easy when a lot of the console games are coming to PC. There's no reason for me to own a console, and I'm with you. I played my PS4 a lot. Hopefully, it still sits there and it works. But like I other than probably picking up the Switch 2, I don't know if I'd get it at launch or not. But I mean, I have no interest in another console at the moment. There's nothing that screams out to me, whether about the Xbox or the PlayStation, that's like, buy me, buy me, buy me. Like, nothing. Like, I need more than just a couple of games to really want to purchase it, type of thing. Good morning, Hannah. How are you? I am well. Coco, you playing with your new ball? It depends. Mrs. Biscuits has been playing the PS5 a lot lately, simply because we have a game she likes. I do the same. There are some things I have on the PS5 that I don't have on the PS5. Yeah, and on the PC, yes. Yeah, and and that's the thing that the console manufacturers are more so Sony, and of course Nintendo's its own thing. Nintendo knows that they can get away with people buying their product, meaning like the Switch. Sony's like still like, well, we can't put everything on the PC, right? Like, because then no one will buy the console. And maybe the things have changed over the time. Like, I remember when I was working at Future Shop, and many Ions before, all the consoles before, consoles were always sold at a loss. That the company was fine and happy to sell that at a loss because they knew they were going to make up the money on the games and the controllers and the extra stuff. Whereas now, like, there's been a change in management as like, we know people will pay whatever. And so now that they can, if at worst, I would say they probably break even on selling the console, but like they're not taking that $100 or $200 hit anymore. Like, they're probably selling the systems for profit now, and then everyone's still, they're making more money on the other end. Like, I remember when I worked at Future Shop, you used to be able to see what the cost, like, that it was from the manufacturer. So like you'd have your mind boggled about like what the cost of some things were. Like, I remember, does anyone remember like monster cables? I don't think they're a thing anymore, but remember, like, you'd have the shitty HDMI cables, and then everyone would be like, no, buy the monster HDMI cables. They're better. They're gold plated. It's so, like, an everyday Best Buy HDMI cable would be like $15, and then a monster cable would be like $150. So I remember, like, when we would sell a monster cable, you would get $25 commission flat for selling one. But when you looked up how much they cost, like a $150 cable was probably about like $12. So like that's what I could get it for. It, just screams like, oh, like, so it's all markup, right? And they give you a lot of bullshit. But I do have a few. I will say I do have a few monster cables still lying around that still work. Compared to like the shitty ones that you would get through your cable company that, here, you plug this in your TV. But as I always remember, just always remember this: analog to analog and digital to digital. It either works or it doesn't. An analog signal can degrade over time, and it may still work, or you might see some degrading. Something with like an HDMI cable or something like that, just think of them as simply as a digital product. It's a 1 or a 0. It either works or it doesn't. There is no like, oh, it's trying to work or it might degrade. It works or it doesn't. And that applies whether you spend $150 on it or $10 on it. So like, there's no advantage to having gold-plated or, super expensive cables. They don't do anything. They're not giving you a blowjob in the end.
No matter. What forces we have amassed far
There will be
exceed my
stretches where you
original
play the PS5 for
expectations.
like 3 weeks consistently and then leave it for a few months and come back. You just have more games on the PC, but I enjoy the PS. Well, that's good, as long as you're getting enjoyment out of it. And you haven't even played God of War Ragnarok or Horizon Forbidden West. I have them and I still haven't played the second of either. I mean, and now those are on PC, right? The both of them. They're what's pissing everybody off in the PC world of still wanting you to sign up for a PlayStation account in order to play it. So I remember once upon a time Best Buy tried to sell me a $40 HDMI cable claiming it's high def. No, right, but I will say like yesterday when I was going on about like the 8K and TV sales and explaining to people who just have more money than sense. There's a reason why Monster was a relatively decent company, or no, not decent, financially well off, because people were buying it. If you believe the sales guy saying, well, you got to get this Monster cable, it's the only way you can get the high def. These people just throw their money at you and go, well, okay. Like, it was ridiculous. And, you know, I remember I pissed off a few of the salespeople because I was not working on commission. And so what would happen would be is I worked in games before I worked in car audio, but that was different. When I worked in games, it was non-commission. I was selling CDs, movies, DVDs, Blu-rays, and consoles. And so what would happen is you get someone to come on by and, you know, there's no money in consoles, but what would happen is you get someone that'd come over and go like, I want the best Xbox. You'd be like, okay, well, that's the Xbox 360. No, I want the best one though. And you're like, there's just one of them. Like, okay. And they'd be like, okay, and I want the best, you know, I got 65-inch blah 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 TV. I want the best of the best to hook up and everything. And you'd go over there and you'd tell them like, okay, well, like, it comes with an HDMI cable. You know, you don't need anything else, blah. And then you'd have one of the TV guys like over here, this overly obnoxious loud person talking about that they want the best of the best. And they'd be like, oh, well, how about you buy this Monster cable for $150? And I'm sitting there like, oh, okay. So the thing would be is that the TV guy didn't want to do the sale because what would happen is they only wanted the cable sale because of the commission on the cable being so high. But if they would sell the console and everything, they would end up taking a loss because the consoles were sold at a loss. So what they would do is they would watch over you behind you like a hawk, and they'd be like, can you put in my number for the cable and only the cable? And I'm sitting there thinking like, well, dude, I get commissions on the cables too, you know, even though I wasn't commission based. It was called a spiff. Everyone got it that worked there. And so I'd be like, dude, I'm doing all of the work. This guy just wants the easy peasy, you know, sale. And so to piss the people off, I would be like, you know what? You're getting ripped off on that cable. Here's the $10 cable that'll do the same thing. You know, and it even says it's gold plated. Oh, so many people were so mad. Because I would do that to them to get them out of our department. Like, because I was like, this isn't where you belong. You know nothing about the Xbox. You know nothing. You know, that's where I am. I don't go over to the TVs and try to sell TVs. Do I? No. Oh, God. It's hilarious. You actually played God of War Ragnarok a lot. 100% of that game. Now I'm on a new game plus and I love that game. I played a little bit of the first one. As much as I liked it, I bounced off it pretty quick. I found
you know that Xenos departed Doma not long after you left to find Lord
I found the
Leon.
combat a little grating.
The reason why,
but maybe it's maybe I have to lower the difficulty, just play it on easy mode type of thing, journalist mode as we call it.
What? Have you heard anything from the Resistance? There hasn't been another attack, has there?
Yeah, I mean, it gets tough, like, you know, when your life is just work and sleep and, you know, trying to find time to play games and all that stuff, right? Yeah, I never played the old PS2 God of Wars, even though I heard those were good. And didn't they, like, remake those as well? But, played God of War on easy mode, no regrets, it's a hard game. Yeah, I'm trying to think of where I got, like, I think it was just one of those things of where, like, because I have it on PC now, so I should probably go back to it and play it. But it's just one of those things of where, like, I feel like maybe another game came up and I just sort of forgot about it and stopped playing it. But I also found that game did not run well on the PS4. I thought it looked great, but it was one of those games like at the end of the PS4 life cycle, and they were asking a lot of it, so probably it'll play a little bit better on the PC, obviously with a lot more options to maybe turn down some things so that it runs a little bit better.
Tataru assures me they are quite well. You need not worry. If anything...
Lots of drilling going on. It sounds like at my apartment, except my apartment, they're not putting in anything new or fantastic.
But there the good news ends. Yotsuyu retains her position as acting
I'm super interested to know of
that the garrison at Doma Castle is preparing for a massive
whether they're going
operation.
forward and building the new building beside my building. I said building too many times. But
We suspect that the
I am not looking forward to
a larger effort
the mess.
to purge the remaining pockets of resistance within Doma.
They probably, because they don't have answers, like already, like, so we have like an underground parking that they didn't get rid of it, but they won't let people park under there anymore because they think it's gonna like fall apart, despite the fact that they allow people to park on top of it. Boggles my mind. But anyways, but they won't fix anything because that's where the new building is supposed to go. So eventually, like when they demolish all this stuff, I'm sitting here thinking like, where on earth are like 150 cars going to go when you're wanting to build a new building? Like, it boggles my mind. Like I relatively live on, a fairly busy street. There is no, like, I have no idea where they plan to just say like, okay, here's where you can park while like at least we try to build a parking lot of some sorts. Like, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. Plus, with your new mic, it picks up so much. So I will give you some suggestions. Y2 Cloud. There is, of course, the if you use OBS, if you go into your mic settings, there should be the NVIDIA. Let me see what it's called. There's the filters you can use so that people can't hear it. I mean, remember the same thing like I had like when it was in the summer, and you have I'd have my air conditioner running, and like you couldn't hear the window banger, like. It's the same thing. It basically filters out anything that's not your voice. It just knows. I don't know how it works, but it's the noise suppression. That's what you want to use. Believe me, it works like a charm. No, so don't use the thing on the microphone. Do not use that. Let software take care of it.
The hour of reckoning is upon us.
Ragnarok you play on the second lowest difficulty, and I found that to be a good mix for... Yeah, like, it's funny, like, I don't want something to be, like, overly easy to where... Like, it's weird. God of War. What's the name? What's the guy's name? Anyways, like, there's something, too, about, like, just feeling, like, super powerful and just, like, annihilating every enemy you see, right? But at the same time, Kratos, yes, thank you. But there is a little bit too, like, how like, do I want to be overly powerful where it's like, I'm just steaming through enemies type of thing, or do I want a little bit of a challenge? It's a weird, little thing. Then victory will soon be ours. That's what I'll say. Look at me, I glow.
The Khan has spoken,
Coco.
and I, for one, am not inclined to
Are
argue.
you gonna come up here? Don't come up here when I'm streaming.
In this place, in this moment, I call upon you all. 25 years of oppression, of tyranny, of shame. It ends with us. We will prevail.
You put in Horizon Forbidden West and then it recapped the first game, spoiling it for me when I... That's terrible. In older GOW games, I honestly felt that at least at certain points it made more lore sense to be overpowered, so I popped it out and put it on the shelf. Yeah, fair enough. I've always wanted... Like, it's funny, I think I got the Horizon Zero Dawn, the first one, on my PS4, like, I think for $5. Never played it, but I think I just bought it because it was like, oh, I heard it's good, it's cheap right now, might as well pick it up type of thing, but no real interest at this point. Once more, welcome back. It's good to see you again, Bastion. Ah, yes, there's another recent development we neglected to share with you. Alice and I have been hard at work attempting to restore that aetheryte here to its former glory, and I'm pleased to inform you that we succeeded. Suffice to say that it should prove a boon for travel. Well, for those too replete with some anima like you, at least. I have the Zero Dawn complete, but didn't get to what they spoiled. Yeah, that sucks. I imagine you're eager to hear the particulars of our plan. Allow me a moment to gather everyone's attention.
If all are in agreement, I will outline my plan to retake Doma Castle.
Is that going to be the dungeon taking over the Doma Castle?
First, Lys and the Doman Irregulars will conduct a series of raids against Imperial
Or raid
targets
even,
throughout
perhaps.
the surrounding area, with the aim of drawing the garrison's attention.
Okay, that's nicer. I mean, I hear those games play well.
Thereafter, our Zayla allies will launch a surprise attack on the castle's airborne defenses.
Like, I always wonder if even like the like I've played the original. I never played the sequel. But The Last of Us, I think, has gotten like remade like 6 times already. But I've always been interested in whether or not I give that a whirl on the PC or not.
Way,
but
we will prevent
I heard
the
they
enemy's
had
airships
issues.
from rendering support and cut off one means of escape. Alize and I, together with the shinobi, will exploit the ensuing chaos to infiltrate the moon gates and disable the Magitech field generators. Once the barrier is down, we will be free to cross the One River and reach Doma Castle. It is at this point that we must turn to our Confederate and Kojin allies. They will commence to bombard the castle with cannon fire, while sailing west towards the Doman Enclave.
Wait, the Enclave? Why would you want them to sail away from the castle?
as a distraction. Awful direction. Yeah, I heard some things about it, but like I said, I haven't played it. I still would like to play it. It's one of those games where, like, I liked the first one. You know, I have an idea of the direction I think they decided to go with it or whatever, but, you know.
Once pressed, the Imperials may well think to take them hostage, and I would fain forestall any such
without getting into spoiler territory, obviously. If they took the story and made it number 3, it would have been so much better.
After we have secured the Enclave, we may lay siege to Doma Castle directly. The main strength of the Doman Liberation Front, under Lord Hien's command, shall be committed to this endeavor.
It's sort of like,
as will you and your redoubtable allies.
The TV show took off. I haven't watched it yet, but I heard good things. It's sort of like they're trying to act upon the TV show Succession, right? Like, oh, people are going to watch the show. Oh, this is attached to a game. Buy the game. It's sort of like the failure of Bethesda not having a Fallout go together with the TV show, right? Like, and because Bethesda takes 8 years to make a fucking game, you know, there is going to be probably no hope before that show wraps up that they're going to have a game to play. Because nobody wants to go and play, you know, Fallout 76 or Fallout 3 or 4, despite, you know, they're not being terrible. Like, they're older games, and, you know, they're not really probably gonna, you know, surprise anybody, at least like the remake did of Last of Us. You know, at least that looks really good.
The rest is simple. We scour the castle for the Viceroy, we find her, and we subdue her. Without their leader, what remains of the Imperials' morale will crumble, and they will surrender or attempt to flee. And Doma will be...
You got The Last of Us Part 2 remaster because I'm a Sony shill and don't even play much. I'd say about 3 hours. I was like, well, I'm kind of done with this. I love how you refer to yourself as a Sony shill. I mean, you are.
Your thoughts, Lord Hien? If any points were unclear or gave
There's
you
nothing wrong with it.
I should be glad to go over them with you.
I assume that's the new Aetherite I can now
Nay, 'tis
attune
a fine
to.
plan. You have a talent for this. That much is plain. We shall carry out Alphino's plan to the letter. Time is of the essence, as you know, so let us each see to our respective
I don't even think Sony themselves can
Carry
justify the PSVR 2. It's like that, it's like that meme from Mean Girls. Yeah, not Meme Girls, Mean Girls. Like, Sony, stop trying to make VR a thing. It's not going to happen, okay? As good as it is, people do not want to spend hundreds and hundreds of dollars on it. Yeah, don't make fetch a thing. Exactly, right? Alright, let's see and grab this now that this is all open. Hi, Subaru, you're a car, not a person, but... Hey, it's raining. Wait, how is it raining inside? What's going on here? Is that even... Oh, maybe it's like a giant hole. There's a big ass hole in the roof that I can't see without looking at my bum. There's no shortage of tasks which must needs to be completed before we can launch our attack. If you have a moment, perhaps you could lend a hand. More squirrels need to be slayed. Someone warn Peanut. That said, I only just returned. It would be better for you to speak with Alphanode to find out how he might be of service. Trying to keep busy? Full glad I'm here of it. There is one task which comes to mind. As I explained during my briefing, Alice and I will need to infiltrate the moon gates to disable the Magitech field generators. And though I pride myself on my knowledge of various subjects, I must confess I lack confidence in my knowledge of this particular one, which is why I turned to an expert. I've been conversing with Sid via Tattery. Oh, you stepped on my penis! Jesus Christ, that scared the hell out of me. Attempting to ascertain the design of the generators based on our limited intelligence. Most recently, he sent a parcel with some documents which he believes may be of use. I would like you to go to Kugani and bring them back here. In the meantime, I'm going to work with our shinobi allies to plot a path into the gates. Safe travels, Bastion, and thank you again. Alright, where are we heading now? Hinganashi! We go all the way back there? Alright. It's under 500, so I can afford it. I passed 6 million gil. I got lots of money. Oh, I'm here. I didn't realize this is where they wanted me to go. Pier number 2, sure. It's been a while since we've been here. Is this where we met the Ninja Turtles? It's funny, I saw a quote on Reddit on the Final Fantasy subreddit. I guess about like Yoshi. I guess people are wanting like some of the restrictions to be lifted around like about like what type of clothes certain classes can wear and everything. Like just basically make it so like you can wear whatever you want. And Yoshi P was like, he still wants to have some you know, some type of immersion in his game, right? He specifically brought up like, you know, do we really want black mages wearing you know, these ridiculous plate armor stuff and everything? And someone like on the subreddit pointed out like, have you seen what they're selling on the store? Like, you can have people show up, you know, you know, they're running into people in dungeons that are just wearing a big giant chocobo head and they're naked, you know, completely underneath, or, you know, you're selling like the a sweater and a t-shirt type of thing and pants, like in lounge gear, and it's like, yeah, like that's right. Like, is he unaware of what's being sold in the store or that you can have? I guess so. Like, I'm with them. I get the immersion stuff, but at the same time, when you're going to be selling stuff, you can't limit people when they spent $20 on an outfit to buy, right? Bastion, what are you doing here? I thought you were off fighting nomads on the Azim Steppe. Yep, did that. Oh, you beat them. Good show. A shame I didn't get to see it. Alphanode's been keeping me apprised of the situation in Doma. I may not be any good in a physical fight, but, paperwork. Fight. I'm the true Kagan, yeah. Tatru has grown rather accustomed to her life in Kugani. I mean, it looks like it's a good life so far. Yeah, it's a strange hill he's chosen to die in, yeah. You're here in the parcel Sid sent, right? Wait a moment, it'll be right out. And like, so another couple things that were brought up was like, having sprint sort of not have a cooldown. Like when you hit the sprint button, just let you sprint. I think the thing that he argued was that he didn't want it to be available. He still wanted the timer apparently in dungeons and stuff. Like, and I know what he's talking about. Like in dungeons, like if you have sprint on and it never goes away, you could certainly run back to the entrance so that you don't die. I mean, that's been a thing. But in chat bubbles, I think was something that was in the works. A porter delivered it to our offices along with various other knickknacks from Eorzea. Sid regrets that he couldn't come here in person. Apparently his hunt for the dragon in Omega depends as a full attention, you see. But still, he was reasonably confident that the documents he provided would be enough for Alphnode to do the work himself. So as soon as the parcel gets here, we can open it up and see what's inside. I could see infinite sprint in towns and trials and dungeons. I could see a timer because it needs to be a resource drink. But yeah, exactly. But I've read this before and I've read it 1,000 times. He didn't quite state it, but I feel like I think the problem is it's in the code. So what would probably have to happen is some when they were probably designing the game long ago, they just put sprint in and they put in a hard set of like, okay, 20 seconds. And then like, oh, but if you want to change that to where it's unlimited, but not really unlimited, if in trials and dungeons, it spaghettifies the code and it ruins it, and they're like, oh, we'd have to rewrite this whole thing, and it's just easier if we just keep it the way it is, and it's like, oh, for God's sakes, like, it really needs... my guess from a lot of these things is like, the way this game is coded, it sounds like it's a lot of fixing that they don't want to, fix. Probably. Pardon my interruption, but the parcel in question, was it one you placed on the shelf in the back for safekeeping? I believe so. Why do you ask? Well, you see, on closer inspection, the parcel appears to have been addressed to the Sakazagumi barracks. Though it does indeed bulge with a quality of paper reminiscent of a rather large instruction manual, the lingering scent of lilac leads me to conclude it is in fact a sizable collection of love letters. What? Impossible! That porter was carrying a parcel addressed to us. I saw the writing with my own eyes. Oh, I don't doubt it in the least. But as he tasked with a number of deliveries, I can only presume that he handed you another parcel by mistake. Oh, this is a disaster. We're gonna have to find that porter right away in an instant. Oh, and here's where I come in. Go and get the right mail. My, she can move quickly when she has a mind to do so. She neglected to take these love letters with her. They too must be redirected to the rightful recipient. I'd rather be slaying squirrels. They should also aid you in tracking down the right porter. They keep records of their deliveries and so forth, after all. The man in question was of a middling height and build, not unlike myself, black hair, short, terribly helpful in Kugani, I know, but a cheery sort, wearing bright colors, as I recall. I'll send a few of my men out to search, but in the meantime, why don't you take the parcel and see if you can track him down yourself? I'll wait here, off the off chance he realizes his mistake and returns. Yeah, I mean, coding in MMOs, I'm sure really hard, yeah. Like, I remember, like, when World of Warcraft almost went through, like, a complete little write-through of everything, which was probably a few years ago now or whatever. Like, I remember that was always the thing. People bitched and moaned, like, that they wanted all of these fixes and changes. And, the developers were, you were always looking for blue posts on the forums. That meant it was a developer talking. But it was always like, oh, these people have no idea what they're talking about. Like, we can't just do this. Yeah, sure, quality of life, but they have no idea that, you can't do this because of this. And, it's hard to explain to your average, your fan base because they don't know coding, right? So... nor are they expected to understand coding, would be my guess. Like, that's even the thing with, like Halo switching their engine from the Halo engine to, you know, utilizing Unreal. I mean, they have more people that know how to use Unreal than they do their own engine, and that's why they can't get people to, you know, come and join the company, for crying out loud. Like, that's a problem. So I do wonder if they're going to re-release the Master Chief Collection with the Unreal stuff, like if they're gonna redo all of them. How come, like, that guy's not getting his, maybe he's not the right person, I guess? I mean, it's one of those things that, like, I don't understand how there's, like, a bajillion different levels of coding language and whatnot, but... Happy Friday, indeed. Well, for some people. I work this weekend, but, you know, happy Friday regardless, right, RJD? The weekend shows up for some. Ah, recognize that parcel I delivered to the Ruby Bazaar not long ago. What of it? Ah, a mistake? For the Sekisegumi, you say? Ah, well, you're right. How stupid of me. Fortunately, I've yet to visit the barracks. This is for you, yes? And I will take the other in exchange. Okay, now we got what we're doing here. Okay. And I ran so far away. Better get away. Boom, boom, boom. Is it still a super busy Friday for you as well there, RJD, or things sort of, I mean, I just have an assumption that you're gonna have a very busy end quarter and a very busy quarter in the next year, just based on the politics of everything you were going on about yesterday. It's unfortunate because, I mean, I get it. You know, I get that there's a lot of people worried, you know, for the future, and you know, specifically in America, and I see a lot of people say, like, well, you know, he was running the show for 4 years previously. Like, how bad could it be? The argument that I see a lot of people bring up with that was, like, you know, relatively 2 years of that was COVID. Pandemic restrictions and a lot of stuff that, you know, really slowed down a lot of things that may or may want to be changed. And now that that's not a thing anymore, like, God knows what'll happen. So I certainly see all ends of it, but like I said, everyone's got to have that sit back and wait approach and just see, unfortunately, because nobody knows what the future holds, unfortunately. I'm sorry I couldn't find him. I guess we just have to hope he realizes his mistake and returns soon. Oh, here's Sid's parcel. I'm about to blow you away here. That's it! That's the parcel! You found him! I did. I certainly did. Though knowing our luck, Sid put the wrong papers. Oh, don't even start with the wrong papers. Nope! This is it! These are the documents detailing the operation of the Magitech field generators Alphanode requested. There we go. I can only imagine what would have happened when we sent Bastion back to Doma with a parcel full of love letters. The look on Alphanode's face when he reads the first page. On second thought, I'm a little disappointed we didn't. Everyone's working so hard to fight the Doma's freedom, and here I am making the same silly mistakes. It won't happen again, Bastion, and I'll keep working hard to keep you and the others useful information. If we hear anything new, we're going to contact you straight away. Oh, and you may be pleased to hear that we have brokered an arrangement between the company and the Confederacy. They require ornaments we provide, and discreetly at a reasonable price. I'm sure Lord Lolorito will be pleased to hear it. Ah, indeed he was. DJ, thank you for the 100 biddies of the Happy Friday. Is that a corgi? Is that a tongue coming on out? I think so, right? Did that make a noise? There it is. Oh, was just very quiet on my end, but thank you very much, DJ. It seems our time together is at an end. Give Alfnode and now say my regards, will you? Oh, wait, back to just lying back and enjoying life as it is in this oversized home for a Tataroo? I guess so. Lalafell, sorry. Not their names. So where are we going? Are we going back to Othard? I guess we are. God, they're so expensive. They don't have a cat. They damn well should, right? They damn well should. How on earth do they not have a cat? I don't know. How's the Friday going for you, DJ? You should get a cat. You should get a cat for every child you have, RJD. Oh, it seems like yesterday you were here. Our plans proceed apace. Do you have the documents? Oh, you're also allergic to cats, so I failed to see that that's even more reason to get cats, right? They will take over your house. I know you were here yesterday. Assuming our shinobi escort can see us safely inside the moon gates, I should have no trouble deactivating the barrier. Good, good. This is one less thing to have to worry about. That's what they said in the gate. Oh, okay. Look, RJD, I've had many concussions, many blows to the head. My brain is probably a bunch of mush upstairs, okay? It's all jello. You're lucky I can remember what happened 26 minutes ago, let alone yesterday, so just be thankful. I can't follow these conversations as well. Or at least I should. If you seek further employment, Alphnode can point you in the right direction. What are you giving me? Is this tiger skin? Oh, I didn't realize that was a ball. I thought that was like something else. I was like, what on earth? I am so very thankful. Are you? Are you really? Should you wish for further employment, mayhaps you could speak with Alice. I believe she was planning to search the surrounding area for Imperial patrols. If you go now, you may be able to catch her before she departs. God, I gotta be in hurries everywhere. Alphanode told you about my plans, and you wish to come with me? Well, far be it from me to refuse you. If truth be told, I'm not entirely sure what I expect you to find. In the wake of your failed assassination attempt, the Imperials demonstrated uncharacteristic restraint. There were no public executions, and not a single village was put to the torch. But, as I mentioned earlier, our latest intelligence does suggest a purge is imminent. Terrible movies. For all we know, they could be out in the field even as we speak, surveilling the targets and making plans. Or at least, maybe the first one wasn't terrible. Hello, Dark Fantasy Realms. How are you? So if so, let's put a stop to it and proceed to go north to Canada. And we're sending our love to the north, to the north. I am great now that it's Friday. Everyone loves Friday. A lot of mountains. Ooh, something glowing. Look at this, like, nice little pristine little... Call that a pond? Beautiful. Don't bathe there, though. God knows what's in it. All quiet for now. Follow me to the next location. Oh, for God's sakes. It feels like it's a little bit of like some rice fields or something. It's Final Fantasy Friday. It is. It is. I wouldn't... I do wonder, though, like, I mean, I'd love to keep that going. You know, I think the next one that we're... I jumped from that. And I died? I didn't fall off a cliff. I jumped off of, like, the mountain of the area, and I... See, this is what I was talking about. The fall damage being absolutely inconsistent. How on earth Did that kill me? You shouldn't have died from fall damage. Could that be an enemy whack? I mean, is there like a way of looking that up? I took 15,629 damage. It doesn't say like I got bonked by a catfish. Yeah, like, I feel like if I was hit by that catfish, it would say like, you know, Ebisu catfish bonked you for... Did he poke me so quickly that after I hit the ground, like now I'm drowning in my own urine. Where's it I am going to come back to life? Where is Kugani? Potentially that happens to a lot of people. I can come right. All right, how about this? I don't know where I've died. I don't know where Kugami is. I think it's that, isn't it like that big, wasn't it the area I just was in? I assume. I will wait. Forever dead. I'll make a coffee. How about that? Make it worth my while. Thank you for coming to rescue me. Oh, look at that timing. I have someone dancing on my corpse. That's fantastic. Hello. Hi. Oh, God, Coco. Oh, you left a stinker for me. I appreciate that. Oh. Everyone has come to dance on my corpse. I appreciate that. Oh, yeah, taking off on your cool scooter. I see that. Thank you. Wait, you literally showed up just to laugh at me? Is that what happened? Oh, you killed the fish? It's not very nice, but thank you. Thank you so much. Are you following on me? Anybody want to die? I'm going to avenge myself. Oh God, I gotta clean that litter. Oh, that is terrible. It's gonna replace the smell of dead whales in my nightmares. Ah! You know how easily you killed that thing, and that, you know, look how long it's taken me to do this. I mean, mind you, a lot of damage being taken, which is nice. That's sort of why I like, you know, I'm sort of actually falling in love with the Gunbreaker a little bit. It's really good. All right, unfortunately we're at a point with technology to where you cannot. We don't have smell-o-vision yet, and I had to move my my cat's litter away so that she's not unsure of Charlie. But I'm just getting that whiff because Coco is a diva, and all my other cats cover up their poops, and it's not a problem. But for some apparent reason, Coco's a diva and thinks that she runs the house. Arguably, she might, and she just lets it just sit there. She's like, "I'll get to it when I get to it," knowing that she runs the show, and I will clean it up for her. That's how it goes. So I'll hit the be right back, and I'll be right back. I promise. All right. Smell averted. Great. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Oh boy. That's a destination we can do some surveying. Coffee's been served. No Imperial patrols near our headquarters, and good. Last thing we need is a repeat of Ralger's Reach. Even so, it'd be prudent to search a little longer. Why don't you kiss a little longer, make love a little longer, last longer with Big Red? Is Big Red still a stick of gum? Still around? I missed the commercials. Oh, you killed a tiger! It left. Not exactly the enemy I was worried about. Damn it all, I just can't leave the carcass lying in the middle of the road. What, you expect me to move it for you? Well, get on with it then. I didn't mean to imply that you should help me. This isn't the first wild beast we've had to slay for keep the people safe in your absence, but we'll all need help if we can get to the real fighting starts. Anyways, we're falling behind, so we should split up and try to recoup some lost time. We've heard rumors of Imperial soldiers skulking about disguised as villagers. One was supposedly spotted near the Ribbons, to the south of here. Go and see if there's anything out of the ordinary. Now, I did see Miss Rowan upstream dive on in and laugh at my corpse, but she's yet to, peer her little head on in here. You know, you can't just be saying things like that and getting away with it. Well, I mean, I guess she didn't say a lot of anything really, but you can't mock my death. and get away with it. Ooh, the Haunted Elder. Oh, hello there, young man. My associates and I are in search of fertile soil for farming, and this land caught our eye. You doubt my words? You suspect we have some other purpose in coming here? Oh, how vexing it is to be questioned in this manner. Very well, he desires the truth, and he shall have it. Deal with him. Oh, are you gonna murder me? You guys are gonna murder me? I don't think this is gonna go the way you think it's gonna go. This is gonna go the way of the dodo for one of yous, if not both of yous. You know, they make themselves look so cool as the samurais, but then you play as the samurai and you're like, no, not really feeling it, Mean Gene. I mean, and they're imposters as well, so. The Tiger, did you enjoy that little fight there? I should have caught him Anastasia. I was just gonna say, what did you catch him? Like, oh my god! I saw them attack you while this one fled. Since you seem to have everything in hand, I decided to capture him. An Imperial, I presume? Indeed. I knew it would come to this. But at the hands of a Westerner? A Doman would at least know the rights. You think you understand, but you do not. She will burn it all before she surrenders. She will never kneel again, nor should she. Who are you talking about? That man has no eyebrows. Is this what they make these people do? Shave your eyebrows? He's gonna poke me in the eyes. Rest assured, the Nairi will receive due compensation. Young Asahai has great potential, that much is plain. If he applies himself, he may one day be granted the opportunity to go to Garlemald and learn some of the leading authorities in the field of Magitech. Few citizens are afforded such treatment, however, much less people of the provinces. You will need to do more. Poke you somewhere, right in the penis, is what you're getting at? I think I have a song for that, or a soundbite, probably. Oh, of course, I have you no doubt we shall. My husband and I only want the best Imperial education for our boy. I finished planting the rice, Mother. Not while the officer is here. Yotsuyu, inside, now. Yes, Mother. And the nostril, always straight to the gutter with you. I mean, I wouldn't want to get poked in the nostril either. That would suck, but you did not mention that you had a daughter. My sister's not mine. Kami, rest her soul. She's utterly hopeless, but one cannot choose one's family. Indeed, she's of age to receive an education as well, is she not? Yet we have no records. I trust I need not remind you of your legal obligations? Oh, no, of course not, but she is weak and sickly. Some days she has not the strength to leave her bed, though a thought occurs to me. Perhaps we can come to an understanding. That was a near thing. What happened? We were talking and then all of a sudden you were somewhere else. Do one of those soldiers hit you on the head or something? Well, if you say so. We should go and tell the others what happened here. Is this guy dead? We're just leaving him here? You got mad about leaving a tiger in the fucking walkway. Now we're just gonna leave another corpse of another guy? These people and their priorities all over the place. Don't they realize that I am the sexiest cat boy there ever is? Guess not. And we still haven't fixed this fucking bridge yet. Like, fucking ridiculous. What are our taxes going to? That make-believe free healthcare that they keep going on about? See, it's funny, Cloud, like, if you're still here, like, it feels like there is less water in this area. Like, the starting of it didn't really give me high hopes of, like, oh god, there's gonna be a lot of water in this thing. Free healthcare for victims of Warrior of Light stabbings. I mean, to be fair, I did not do the stabbing there. So are you telling me I can yeet myself down here and I won't die because there's no catfish? Is fall damage percentage based, or is it damage based? Like, if I jump there where I almost was dead and then I jump down again, would it only take a percentage, or is it like, no, it's always like a set amount? Jesus. It's based on distance. I think it's damage based. Fall damage can't reduce you below 1 HP sauce. Okay. Well, you didn't have to come with me, but you did, and for that, I'm grateful. I told the others of our encounter with the disguised soldiers, though we disposed of the bodies. It's only a matter of time before their comrades note their absence. As if we needed any more reason to act quickly. Are you sure you're alright, by the way? I mean, you've been awfully quiet since we returned. Yeah, I'm fine. What am I getting? A gun... What? This gunblade better glow... Okay, I will say it does look pretty. But, my other one glows. This one doesn't, so I'm a little hesitant to taking this as a, I mean, I know that it's +1. It's really not that big of a difference, but I'm gonna be honest here, people. I mean, glowing has got to be worth like an extra like few hundred damage points, regardless, right? But an upgrade's an upgrade. What is this? Oh, a turban. Oh, that's a meal. I was confused for a second. All right. Recommended gear, equip. There we go. And then you got to update the portrait because the portrait gets all fucked up and nobody understands why. And you know how pretty I am. I think I need to look a little bit. You could edit that out a little bit more. Comic panel. Antique? No. Fog. Then we gotta get rid of the comic one then. Brick. Yes. I look like I'm doing stand-up comedy. Shrouded in mystery. The limits of our endurance. If you still want work, there's more suggestions. I tell you to rest and leave the rest of the others, but seeing as that isn't an option in your nature, Lise returned but a moment ago, looking a little bit worried. It would seem that trouble is afoot in the mine. You would as well as go and ask about her. As for me, I will not impose upon you any further. I feel like do I don't know if I have a dungeon upcoming, but would you guys like to do a dungeon? You know, play together? Isn't that sort of the point of what we're doing? Because these days are going to be, it's not like they're going to run away from us. Like I said, we will continue to play off stream when, you know, it gets to it. When Wolfslayer actually has to go to a place of work. Or he has to wear pants. We've barely got enough armor as is. Oh, you're here to help. That's a relief. I've been trying to help the villagers in Namai get ready for the operation, but we've run into a few problems. You do have an impending dungeon in Fort West. Okay, that's not too bad. You remember how we're supposed to stir up trouble as diversion, right? Well, the thing is, we don't have enough armor to go around. I thought the Dome and Liberation Front would be able to furnish us with some, but it seems that's not the case. I was about to go and tell East why you don't come too. Alright. And you go running off and disappear, as they always do. Oh, are we at a point where I'm confused again? Do I have to talk? Are you the gatekeeper? Do I talk to you to leave the area? Oh, I want to do the what was it? Shift space, control space. There it is. I hate that that's a separate thing. I really do. That irks me a little bit. Like, the water should not be instanced. I should be able to just dive underwater and just go. But again, that's probably in the coding. How long it would take to fix that, blah, 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 blah. Oh, that guy's got some... He's got some good fish. If my fishing is not, like, high... Like, would I even be able to fish here? Like, I assume, like, you know, I have neglected fishing for quite some time. You could, but you'd probably lose most of your fish. Okay. That's how I would assume it would go. East and Lease, great. Oh, I'm glad you're here too. I heard about those soldiers and you and Alice encountered. I'm glad you're all right. East, we've gathered up all the rope we could find in the village. What, are they all planning to hang themselves? And every tool with an edge, but still not enough. Sorry, I read that as every hoe would suffice. Well, I mean, you know, the hoe's gotta have work. But no, even a hoe would suffice, but there are no more to spare. Well, thank you, Shagusa. Ryozen could use a hand if there's nothing else. As for more tools, I have some in my home. Go and search it. Take whatever meets your needs. I made enough rice balls for everyone, including some special ones for Lady Yuguri. Can I go give them to her? You silly little girl, of course you can. Hurry on over. You never know when she'll have to leave on a secret mission. Sorry about that. Everyone's been trying to contribute since Lord Hien returned. There's so much to worry about. You're doing well, Ys. I mean, I have to ask though, have you had any luck finding more armor? Unfortunately, no. Unlike weapons, there's no substitutes for proper protection. Always wrap your pencils. It's not as though we need full suits of Imperial plate, but we're not soldiers. If we attack without any equipment, we'll be slaughtered. The Dome and Liberation Front doesn't have any armor to spare. I suppose we could ask Hancock, but there's no telling how long it would take for him to send us supplies. Do you have an armor in the village, or anyone with some skill to fashion armor? Well, there is one man, a craftsman who led the Enclave. He is experienced and may be able to help, but I don't know if I can persuade him, though. But maybe you two could help with me. His name is Sirananki, and he lives in Kusakari, to the south. Come with me. Nonohana. No, Anna. Mr. Lightning Sprite. Oh, is there never any nearby currents and I can't fly? This game hates me to fly. Mr. Rhino Beetle, hello. You have friends. We are not foes. Ah, the glittering basin. Why does it glitter so? I don't know. Oh, come on, you rivered hornbills. You really gonna attack me? Really?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
You know what? It's fancy that you say that, Cat. I put a little bit of Wayne Gretzky's cream into my coffee. Because you know, in Canada, when a hockey player's career is over, they turn to making wine and alcohol. That sounds gross. Well, it's not actually legitimately Wayne Gretzky's sexual creamer. At least I don't think it is. It could actually be on the. It could actually be in the list of ingredients, but I feel like someone would have picked up on that. But it's just a Bailey's, like a Bailey's, brewed in the coffee, as we should. How are you? Smells like hockey. And if anybody knows what hockey smells like, they'll know that that's a gross smell. Ah, yeah, right there. It's a long-ass flu there, Cat. That sucks. I'm sorry. Ah, who are these starry-eyed youths who stand before me? Ones who sing of rebellion, of liberation. Surely they would not think to trouble me with such foolish dreams. 4 days, isn't it too strange? I feel like a good flu goes away in about three to 4 days, but like hopefully you're on the mends and not, you know, it's not getting any worse at least, right? Oh, and go and say what you will, but do not take offense if I die from laughter. What do you have? You have real nothing. Oh, Red Mage, the Durium foil. That might be better for me. Who knows? I think I'm on the mend, yeah, but still hacking my lungs out. Yeah, you don't want to be hacking the lungs out. Eh? Say again? You would have me fashion armor for villagers who wish to fight in Imperial regulars? Mad fools charging boldly to meet their deaths. Bring me steel and I'll give them the shell to shield their soft bellies. Yes, plates of steel, all that you can carry. The better to shield them from blade and bullet. If only it were so simple, Master Turnaki. Or Cernunki. Steel plates are not so easily procured. Blind, deaf, and dumb you are, boy. We are awash in broken steel. Magitech great cylinders come crashing to the earth from on high. Shatter them to bits with my explosives. They won't fail you, for I made them to kill Imperials. Bring me my steel, and you will have your armor. Well, I mean, it's not like we know any other armors who can help. At least we get to blow things up. There it is. Blow things up. Sounds wonderful. Which way do I want to go? Yeah, I guess that one. All right. Do you have any plans for the weekend, or just basically stay at home and hopefully you don't get further sick, Cat? Surviving. That's a good plan. I hope I can do some groceries on Sunday. Am I the only one that hates going like grocery shopping like on like the last day of a weekend? I mean, I hate grocery shopping, you know, most of the time, but I feel like, you know, Sunday's like the worst day. You don't get like that buffer day. Am I the only guy that like likes having buffer days? I mean, I'm lucky. Like I get days off through the week through shift work, so it works out relatively well. That, you know, I can do my grocery shopping relatively any day of the week if I have to. But You will never find me at a Costco on a weekend. Never. People who do that have lost their minds. Even though I know that some people, that's the only way they can do it, because they work Monday to Friday. You want me to get more of these things? Just hoping I don't run out of toilet paper. I thought you were on Team Bidet. I guess not. I thought you had like the super of best toilets out there, you know, like the, you know, you got the Dutch toilet where you inspect your poop, and then you got the bidet. I know. Why do some of these take longer to interact with? Also, women need toilet paper for non-poop toilet activities. Yes. Yes, I understand. We're having serious adult conversations here on the I'm Jordan channel. So like I gotta go up here. This reminds me of like the Dark Souls area where you fought like the giant snake with 1,000 heads. You had to go like up a specific way, and if you didn't, you were dead. So you'd fall to your death. Just don't attack me, Mr. Hornbill, and I'll leave you alone. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. How about that? Can we come to an agreement on that? Wolfblair, you're a man. Is there other manly activities that women have that don't have women activities that we also use toilet paper for? Anything that comes to mind? I mean, I always think of like the little things that, like, you know, when if you cut yourself shaving, if you shave and you take that little piece of toilet paper and, you know, you put the little bits there, like, you know, from The Simpsons when Homer's teaching Bart to shave. Then we are committed to the cause, dressing villagers as soldiers and marching off to war. Maybe stopping a nosebleed. I feel like that's more of a Kleenex job, but you know, you know, if need be, toilet paper can run it. You use toilet paper to keep my facial hair from going down the drain. Yes, that's a thing. Stupid fools. Doma is dead, and so are people. Lord Kyan, Lord Hien, all dead. Their blood is on our hands. Does this guy know that these people are not dead? 'Twas Lord Kian who saved us, who spared us the worst when the Garleans came. Every shred of pride and honor he cast aside without a second thought, all to win their trust, all to serve as their puppet, restored to his throne years later, a paper tiger. Such shame he felt, but no matter. We'd suffer for it for his people. His life as slaves is better than none at all. He believed, but not us. After my lady died, we began to whisper in his ears dreams of freedom and liberation. We pushed him to take action, if only a little. 10 years of preparation, of machinations. So careful we would be, and yet, Doma burned for our foolishness, not for our Lord Kian. Mons in the Enclave. They were raised for our sins. We murdered them all. Don't you see? We murdered you all. You're wrong, Master. We are still here. We are still alive. Lord Kian lives too. In our hearts and in his son, for Lord Hien has returned. Lord Hien? Alive? Can't be. You lie. You lie. No, I seen him. Seen him with my own 2 eyes. It's the truth. Hien came back to Doma to help fight for her freedom. Could it be? My Lord Hien yet lives? Oh. Bands of steel to bind the chest and belly, yes. Yes. I must heat the forge and begin work at once. 10? 100? How many do you need? All that and more you shall have. Okay. How often you gotta trim that thing? Once a week? Twice a year? It's a lot of toilet paper, maybe. I don't know. Even after 25 years of oppression, they still have time to stand up and fight. We just gotta show them the way forward. More often than I actually do. Okay, fair enough. Ease and I will stay and help Siranuki finish the armor, so you'll have to... No need to wait around. Why not go back to the House of the Fierce? I'm sure there's plenty of work left to be done. Ask about and see what you can find. These little fetch quests that these people want me to do is ridiculous. Do you know that I am the Warrior of Light, god dang it? It's absolutely ridiculous. If I actually shaved regularly, I probably wouldn't need to do that. No, probably not. I would have pictured you would have been like an electric shaver guy. Like, doesn't those things like have like little things that like it collects the hair in? How often do you have to trim your beard, there, cat? We know that you're lying when you say that you don't have a beard. You trim your beard outside the house now. Those things suck. You just go on outside like Mountain Man, go right? And all said and done. You use a single blade razor. My God, we're in a world where shavers have like 7 blades now. Get you right down to the last layer of epidermis. And you're sitting there using a single blade bic? What's wrong with you? I would have pictured you as to be an old-fashioned type of guy that would use like a straight blade. Single blade razors are easier to clean, clog up less, and actually get closer than the multi-blade disposable razors. I don't believe it at all there, Wolfslayer. I don't believe it at all. But I'll believe you. As a person who really doesn't have facial hair, who has to shave, on the regular for work, I'm not one to argue. I've considered using a straight razor, but knowing me, that'd end with a hospital trip. Hey, look, that looks like, I'm not sure if you paid for your sick days, but that might work out well for you. Oh, hey, sorry, I nicked myself again. My head's halfway off, right? I've done the straight razor, it's okay. The guy at my work does the straight razor thing too, like not at work, but like he does it at home, but he also shaves the top as well. It does terrify you a little bit, what I hear. I've heard those like, is it the hairy razors or something? Like the ones that like you buy the thing, but then you put like a legit like razor into it. I heard those like are actually pretty good, but I don't know. Then let us depart for Monzen at once. Monzen? We're gonna go see an F1 race at Monza or what? What are we doing here? Where are you sending me now? Oh, to a place I haven't been before. Great. Oh, that's the... Do not walk through walls, Jordan. It will not work well. Wait, how do I... You literally show that I can go that way, but I can't. You want me to go the long way? Is anybody in here bald? Multi-blade razors are a scam. Yes. It took people forever to realize that though. I don't understand. Like, I mean, I guess it's like it's all in the marketing as well, but like how did it take like someone like on the internet to just go like, "Hey, we will sell you a really good, like, razor, and then you can buy, like, legitimately at the dollar store, the actual razors, and you can buy, like, 100 for $1, and, everything will be okay." And everyone's like, "No, I need 8 razors on my blade." Elimination Chamber is coming to the right. Yeah, Cloud was talking about that. I guess They went from going from the Scotiabank Arena, which is an arena, to the Rogers Center, which we don't call it the Rogers Center here. We call it the Sky Dome, where the Toronto Blue Jays play. It's a giant stadium, like 60, 70,000 people. I don't know why they changed it to that, other than possibly they know that more people will go to it, I guess. The logic makes sense. If one blade cuts well with multiple passes, well, multiple blades mean less passes. Right, but then when you actually use it, you're like, I just spent $20 at this thing, and I gotta throw it away and spend $100 and ask a clerk to, you know, unlock it, because God knows they're expensive. Monzon was home to many and great powerful families, men of honor, samurai. Great swaths were raised, and people put to the sword. What little remains stands as a testament to what was and will never be again. In practice, yes, it's garbage. It's trying to reduce the skin irritation, but like the foaming bubbles on soap and toothpaste, it's all for show. Yeah, the, like some of them will have like that layer of like, you know, on the edge of the blade, like that's like a little filter of lotion or something on it, and you're like, you're telling me that little probably works once, and then that's it? Alright, let's take a closer look with Lord Hien. Oh, like they just have like these robot samurais just lounging about. Don't mind if I do, sir. Ow! Get out of the way! Oh god, didn't miss that one. You penis lover. As long as your friend doesn't come on by. I mean, I would say like sort of the thing with shaving though, like if you have to like shave like myself, like at probably like twice a week, you know, if you're doing it often enough, you can get away with not using the best of blades or whatever, which, you know, I just buy the cheap stuff myself. I know we're talking about using good stuff or whatever, but I sometimes don't practice what I preach, shockingly, right? No sentries, at least of the living sort. These slamming suits of armor have their run of the place. To think it was once a bustling street, full of life, a river of people, with the current all on its own. But even then, the Imperials walked among us, sometimes openly, sometimes discreetly, but we were always aware of their presence, and we were complicit. We did what we had to do to preserve the peace, to keep our people safe, but at what cost? Forgive me. This is neither time nor the place for such dark musings, though they did serve to remind me of the barracks which once stood to the west of here, where there may be yet weapons our comrades could use. If you head down that street, past the makeshift barricades, you will come to the ruins. I will search elsewhere. Meet me at the water's edge when you have finished. It sounds like these ruins might be our dungeon. Single blade razors are actually rather cheap. The expensive part is the handle and the head, but the blades themselves are dirt cheap. I think I got 100 blades for like $5 on Amazon. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll look at like one of those, like buying a really good handle, like, because you don't really have to replace the handle much, and then just buy the thing so you can just replace it every once in a while. The flip side is you need to replace the blade pretty often compared. Yeah, like I mean, for me, if that was just like, oh, okay, you just got to replace it like once a week, that's fine by me. I wouldn't mind that. Because I mean, I look at it this way: those disposable blades or disposable razors I'm using a new one every week because I just would prefer a closer shave or whatever. But you could absolutely get like 3 or 4 weeks out of those if you really cared. But as soon as you put it to your face, you're gonna go, ah, shit, I should have probably replaced that. Where am I going here? See any really usable weapons here? Am I allowed to go in these houses? No. Ah. Sheathed katanas. Oh god, the giant head's coming after me. The giant head Mogatsu is coming for me. You can't stop about drinking Gretzky's cream. I found not a value, did you? I found one sheath katana. So one person can have a weapon. Still sheathed in its scabbard. Though even shielded from the elements, it will need to be cleaned and oiled. I recognize the crest. It belonged to the son of a samurai I trained when I was young. Never even had the chance to draw it. There she is. Doma Castle, my home. They let us keep her for a time before gradually moving their forces across from Luminous. Now every court and corridor brings you to Yotsuyu. Though father spent much of his time there, I did not. I may have only visited him here for half a dozen occasions. That, I can't remember. But I remember the view from the keep. Doma seemed much smaller from there, like you could hold it in your hands. Well, Monzen at least. Doma's so much more than that. There beyond the moon gates, unto the shores of the Ruby Sea, and here, in the places that no man can see or touch or take from you. We carry her wherever we go. Not the land or the soil, but the story. And what is life if not a story? The story of a journey from dawn to dusk, day after day after day. The story of our mothers and our fathers, our families and our friends, our peoples and our nations. I think a part of me understood that when I looked out from the keep. Hien, son of Kian, another caretaker of the story of Doma. It's a fine castle, truly, even with a finer view. But in the end, it's a Linkin Park song. It doesn't even matter. Damn, strike me down. How could I be so blind? We must return to the House of the Fierce at once. I have had not what only can be described as a revelation. Ours is an excellent plan, but not so excellent that it cannot be improved. And I know how. On the eve of destiny. On second thought, I ask that you return to the House of Fierce without me, and tell Alfno to call the others for a meeting. It's imperative that the Kojin emissary to be in attendance as well. I shall join you in on. Yes, Coco. My goodness, quite the Oh, I'm assuming that's the dungeon, the Doma Castle. Let us head on over. I wonder if I'm going to be an okay enough level to do it. 248. That might be a little on the rough end. Guess we'll find out. If not, I'll just go as Red Mage and let other people worry about the tough jobs. But there's also a little bit of, like, you know, if I don't eventually, you know, learn to do it myself and do the hard stuff, I'm never gonna be able to do it on my own. Boy, garbage pickup is late today. Valley of the Fallen Rainbow. Is there gonna be a song that's gonna be sung? Maybe. Take it away, Wolf Slayer. Show us your best, Judy Garland. Oh god, they're down. I keep doing this. Lord Hien wishes to discuss the details of our plan? Very well, I mean, if he insists, I shall summon the others at once. As for the Kojin, I believe one of the emissaries was already en route. Nevertheless, I shall contact them to make certain. My best Judy Garland would make Judy Garland sue me. Well, regardless. I feel like, you know, maybe in the future one day, there will be no longer chat rooms, but we'll all just be on a giant, like, forum that's just everyone's yelling at each other over voice, right? Could you imagine? Because in 100 years, no one will know how to write.
Greetings and well met, old friends. The Elder sends his regards.
Somewhere over the rainbow.
Soroban, it's good to have you with us.
All right, we're all together with one Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
You might humor me. Thank you for coming, Soroban. Doubtless you have already been informed of our plans and the role we would have your people play. However, I seek your counsel as a Korjin of the Blue.
Oh, I wanted to say Wolf Slayer. Remember when we were talking about Baldur's Gate and having to save Gale? I don't know if it's like spoilery for you or not, because I know it's like sort of like end game-ish or not. But based upon my last stream of that, although we didn't go through with it, I'm starting to believe you when you said like, oh, like that's super hard, and I don't really know how else to go about it.
Be it by spell or siegecraft, could your forces destroy the underwater foundations of Doma Castle's outer wall?
Oh, we plan on sinking these people.
Explosives coupled with a few incantations. Yes, that might produce sufficient force. Such a thing could indeed...
It's super difficult. I remember you mentioned that. We tried it. I feel like I was missing something, but perhaps I wasn't. But I had got to the part where Gale was. He was laying, I believe, alive on a bed made of stone, and the hot chick had a sword, and yes, it's a super hard persuasion check. She asks a question, and there's three. There's like a persuasion, intimidation, and one other one, and then there's another one where you say like, I don't care about Gale, whatever. It's like a level check of like 25, and I tried my best, even with my bonuses and my and using my inspiration rolls. It didn't work out, but luckily, like after that happened, and then we were in the fight with her, that was also super hard. So I sort of just went away from it and did the other quests around it, and we'll come back to it later. So here's the play. You should be able to walk freely in the upper rings around. Yes. So there's the area, like she's in the lower area where he is, and then there's people up all around up at the top. I know that I can walk away around there freely, but there's like, I didn't know like what to do, because it seemed like, okay, like the stuff is down there. So basically you got to get behind the altar into her private chambers. There will be a body in an Iron Maiden coffin that you gotta cast speak to. Oh! See, I knew I was missing something, but I didn't like... I had no idea. The corpse will give you info that you can use in the conversation. Okay. Okay. I mean, I guess like on top of it, unless you had a character built to be able to easily pass that persuasion check, like I don't care how many like I was looking for potions out and improve it, like not a chance. But thank you, that is good to know. Okay, good to know, thank you. That'll and because like I liked Gale, right? Like Gale will be important for other fights that are very difficult, right? Like like Shadowheart is a healer, she's not like a mage. Like there's fights where I need that magic attack, right? And no one else really does it, and it sucks if he's gone. But now that I know, I look forward to forgetting about that, of course, but no, I don't think I'll forget about that. Thank you.
Then I wish to revise the plan. Instead of assisting the Confederacy in securing the Enclave, I would have the Kojin advance upstream beneath the water and breach a segment of the outer wall. I mean to flood Doma Castle.
Oh, great. Please don't tell me this is an underwater dungeon.
My lord, the castle is a sacred symbol, the very heart of our nation. To destroy it is unthinkable, unconscionable. You cannot do this.
Like right now,
improves our chances by flooding the
and
castle.
I'll be careful about spoilers because I know we're at a point where like I might be doing some things that you guys haven't checked.
Highest levels of the
But
tell me that is not a word.
I'm in Kalzdor's palace, I think. That sounds about right. I think that's where I am right now. Sort of seems like we were able to do a couple of things in there. But it seems like a bunch of the quests, you either need something from a previous quest or to do something else with another quest. And I sort of got like really annoyed and confused over a lot of the things that were happening there. Like I was trying to do the fireworks one, like to get up to the third floor, and they don't want me to go up to the third floor, and I didn't know what else to do, so I just said like, okay, I won't go to the third floor, but you know, that's the quest. And so I was like, okay, I'll go somewhere else, and oh, it's just it was a whole mess. I was pulling out more of my gray hair. But if I pull out all of my gray hair, then I'll have more brown hair left, right? Well, I tend to have more gray hair than I do brown hair.
We can rebuild.
It is. It is. I thought I'm not gonna deny. I did think about murder. The problem is like, I thought about like, oh, if I murder those people that are on the second floor, is that gonna piss off everybody in Baldur's Gate? Like, because they're gonna know like I murdered people or whatever, right? Like, there's one thing like I caught in like. I don't know if I tried to break in somewhere, but then a guard came up and he's like, you're gonna have to go to jail. And then it was like, go to jail, spend 2,500 or attack. And I was just like, I'm just gonna murder you. And so I murdered them.
So let us only think of this battle, of victory here and now. For without that...
I should have went to jail though. I should have seen what jail looked like. I think I was in a weird area. There's only like 2 guards.
I see that you
in that area,
Lord
and I just had to kill the 2 guards.
I will not presume to gainsay your decision.
Jail is tough to get out of. They literally take all of your items. Okay, well, that sounds like a proper jail. A jail I wouldn't want to go into. Curiosity kills the cat. Yes. Yes, it does.
I will inform the Elder of your revised stratagem and instruct our sappers to make ready.
But is it like Dark Souls? Like, you know, you're sitting there in jail all by yourself, all naked, I assume. And then, like, you know, do they conveniently put a chest in there that has a key to get out of or something? Good thing you have 9 lives. You haven't utilized any of your lives yet, Cat? You know, do you always land on your feet? I love being the cat boy. It's fantastic. Definitely used a few already. All right, I assume we got to be close to the dungeon run. Should I be inviting you people? Getting everybody ready. It's unfortunate that we can't have a 4th to go in from chat. That would have been really nice. Just have a 4-person run of a dungeon. That way everyone can listen to my thoughts. Sorbonne informs me that his sappers will be ready within the day, which means that we can proceed as planned and attack Doma Castle tomorrow. Considering the key role you will play, I think it's only prudent that you refrain from further labors and rest until tomorrow. Well, far be it from me to refuse. I enjoy a good rest. Persimmon bow. Machinist. Or material. I'll take the bow. That might be alright. Oh, there's that hole you kept speaking about. What am I, sleeping on a concrete slab?
You're awake. I was just, well, they threw me out, actually. Told me I needed to get some sleep. Ready for the big day. Not long now, eh? I'm nervous, of course, but I also feel like I didn't know where I was going, but maybe, finally.
Oh, who's injured on my fantasy team? God damn it! Oh. Always goes so terribly wrong.
Something's gonna change, you know? Really, really change. And when the dust has settled, we'll see what we've won and what we've lost. I'm going to give it my all tomorrow. Everything I've seen and felt, I won't let it be for nothing. Right, off to bed. Don't want to overdo it, and neither should you. Oh, but before you sleep, you should look in on Elfino and Alize. Quietly, of course.
You want me to watch them sleep? This is getting weird. You started playing Soul Hackers 2. That's a game I haven't heard of in forever. Why not Soul Hackers 1? Unless you've already played it before. Aww. It's a separate game on an old console. Yep, it sure is.
Come, raise a glass to freedom.
Yeah. Looks like they've really gotten into the sauce over here.
Good. Good. I should be interested to know his thoughts on the matter.
That is a mountain of a man.
Ah, that's enough, Gosetsu. You'll not convince anyone with your drunken ramblings. We've talked about this, all of us. We are flooding the castle tomorrow, and that's the end of it.
I know. I accepted your decision, and I do not intend to go back on my word. Nevertheless, as the battle draws near, I cannot help but recall our many travails, and it fair compels me to speak. In all my time serving as a leader of men, there are two failures which haunt me to this day. The first, a defeat at the hands of the Empire 25 years past, and the subsequent imprisonment of your father. Long did I consider offering up my life in atonement, until Lord Kyan allowed at last to receive visitors called for me, of all people, for my unborn child, he said. For my dearest Shun, live. My second failure, of course, was the betrayal of that self-same command. When in the rebellion I failed to protect not only Lord Kyan, but Lord Hien too. That I yet
What is Soul Hackers 2 on? I'm literally thinking. Is it PlayStation or PlayStation 2?
is an affront to the Kami themselves. Yet you,
Am I thinking about the same game?
so fit to grant this shameful
I
creature
gotta look this up.
failure another chance to serve
Nintendo
a greater
3DS.
purpose.
Really? Soul Hackers 2. Oh, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Not even this. What? Okay. Okay. I wasn't even thinking of the fucking. Okay. Do you know what I was thinking of? What it was? Dot hack. That's what I was thinking of. Not Soul Hackers. Dot hack.
Thank you for pitying an old.
God, I'm an idiot.
Now, it is far too soon for that. Save your tears for the morrow. You may be sure we
How is
have
it, by the
ample
way?
cause to shed them, be they for joy or despair. Even that sounds morose. We who yet walk the path should not think too much on the destination. When the hour arrives, we shall welcome what comes with open arms.
And after playing Metaphor, I needed more Atlas. Yep. It's pretty good, a little repetitive, and not as grandiose as Persona or Metaphor, but good enough Japanese RPG. Well, that's good. As long as there's a level of enjoyment from it, that's good.
He is right about one thing, though. We have you and yours to thank for this chance. All debts will be repaid. On that you have my word. But first we must live past tomorrow, no?
Yeah, I mean, we don't want to be drinking ourselves into a stupor now, right?
If you've no intention of sleeping, Yugiri, you may as well join us.
Yeah, come on in, have a drink.
Forgive me, my lord. I did not mean to... if that is your will.
That's a nice little spot. Alright, I'm going to assume this is going to be it. The die is cast. All hangs in the balance, as Hien well knows. There he is. I trust you are none for worse for wear after last night. We received confirmation from the Kojin not long ago. Their sappers stand at the ready and await our signal. Let's not keep them and the others waiting. Gather your things. We depart at once. Alpha Node, instruct Lees and the others to move into position and launch their attack. Our scouts report no damage into the Imperial's disposition, but I would leave nothing to chance. We must act quickly, lest we lose that element of surprise. Understood? I will relay our orders to her and rejoin my unit. Gosetsu and Yuguri await the two of you at Monzen. Good luck, my friends. I will see you soon enough again. What do I have to do to get someone to open that goddamn door? Like, this makes no sense. You have an opening here that you won't let me in. God dang it! If we're in this game that they won't let you leave. You gotta take the long way every god dang moment. Like, I love the Chocobo music as much as the next guy, but geez Louise. Like, in the same for, like this spot here. Like, there not being an opening here, except for, like, there. It's a little bit of a piss-off. But you just get stuck here, but it makes it look like you can... I guess you can fly through there. You know, be nice if I had flight. Instead I gotta go take this commoner way on the ground. Ugh. Almost like a cat vomit right there. Poor Jordan. Poor Jordan indeed. What is this guy? Don't hurt me. What are you doing? Will you stop? Like, and you know, it's always funny in games like this of like, I love how they're just sitting there watching me. Like, what if I died in front of them? How mad would they be there? Probably pretty mad. Like, oh, the Warrior of Light just got killed by an everyday normal enemy.
Understood. Wish us luck. Right. You all know what you have to do. Are you ready?
Oh, yes. Ready to show them what a good job they made of breaking us.
I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of death of the mustachioed people.
Then what are you waiting for? Move out!
These people have guns and we're going to attack them with pitchforks? And hoes?
Why must we waste our time guarding this blasted... Hmm?
Sound the alarm! Fluminous is under attack! Armed insurgents have breached the perimeter! We need reinforcements!
How about a drop kick to the throat for your troubles?
This is Lee's. Imperial forces converging on our position. Looks like we've got their attention. We'll be sure to keep them busy for as long as we can.
Whatever you say, Mum. Oh my god, is there anything more annoying? My character is literally talking. His mouth was moving. And you're not going to give him a voice? That's one thing I appreciated when I was playing the demo of Metaphor ReFantasio. The main character talks. They gave him a voice. And he's also like a husky. He has two different colored eyes. I believe there's a term for that. I think it's called like... Hedochondrodrius or something like that. I'm butchering that, obviously.
There is no better feeling.
Heterochromia. There we go.
A pity I'm a
Not what I said. Close.
Feral dog of a Dothal.
Preening, Oreneer. You fear that you will put the sun in shade. Those are for you. Go. Claim your prey.
What on earth are those things? If they can't adjust and turn, then I guess those are pretty useless. Oh, God. Okay. I just need you to do that 5 more times. Oh. Annoyed they are stupid enough to be offset off one by one. I feel like all of this could have just been done from the ground.
Come to me! Come to your death! With each that falls, my soul soars higher!
Swiftly, brothers! Fall not behind! Make an offering of their steel to Father Azim!
When are they hitting those charges to flood the castle?
They seem to be enjoying themselves.
My lord, the barrier!
That it should fall so soon! Truly, our allies seem determined to surpass each other.
The Magitech field is down. I repeat, the Magitech field is down. Confederate vessels, you are clear to advance upon the Enclave.
Don't they have their own navy? Did we truly catch them this off guard? I guess because they're not really watching over this place as the first card that got drop kicked by Lise there. I mean, like, it's an abandoned castle essentially, right? They don't really know why they're watching it, and now we're just gonna destroy it.
The wall is breached. The Kojin 2 will not be outdone.
Our allies have set the stage. Now we must take the castle. With me.
Yeah, they've had Doma peacefully subjugated for 20 years, yeah. And obviously they don't have the manpower to deal with this immediately.
My lady, the riverside wall has been breached. The lower levels are already flooded and the water is still rising.
Is it just her that's here? Is the other guy still here? Like the guy that threatened to kill her? I can't remember what his name was. The Darth Vader guy.
He would tear the whole thing down, all for the promise of freedom. A noble sacrifice.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Or the last desperate flailings of a fool. Speaking of which, how fares my brute?
Okay, and then she's referring to the guy that I say has the, the Nelly bandage that ran off screaming the last time we saw him.
The procedure was carried out as instructed by Lord Owleth. By all indications, it was a success.
The procedure? What did they do to that guy? Did they give him a third leg?
Is that so? Then he may yet be of some use. Devotees of vengeance should rightly pursue their cause unto the bitter end, don't you think? Their hearts aflame with passion until the last few embers fizzle and fade, leaving naught but ash. The Viceroy's orders were clear. If Doma falls, none shall be spared his wrath. Tell the men to fight as if their lives depend on it. Because they do.
As you command, my lady.
Again they come to make you kneel, to make you grovel and suffer. But you have endured their worst and survived. You know their tricks. They will not find a flower simply waiting to be plucked.
Watching like the empire fall before her eyes. There can be no doubt the Viceroy is trapped, and so comes our part. Our Kojin allies will deliver us to our destination, to the Western Dock. Do not forget to bring your fellow adventurers. Yep, right at the castle entrance. Oh, that's a big boy. Should I go and attack that guy? Probably would not go well. Fancy meeting you two here. Look at that. You guys are all on the ready. This might improve our odds of success. We'll divide into two parties upon arrival. One composed of myself and the other of you, Gosetsu, and Yuguri. Given our inferior numbers, we must needs the battle to finish it quickly. And so, while you and yours draw the enemy's attention, I shall steal over to the keep. Lest you worry, though, I've been to the castle only a handful of times. My father saw to drill its layout into me. I could find my way in there blindfolded. Even should one meet with misfortune, the other will reach Yusetsu. Now let us find out about Fordoma! Alrighty. Let's get those invites out. Were you fishing right there? So is this, I mean, hey, I don't know if I can, how doable is this for a new tank? I mean, I guess it can't be overly difficult, but I don't know if I'll be able to, even do it. Yeah, I do not have the acquired level, so we already have our answer. 255. So, I will need you to do the work, miss. If you would, please. Where did the worst half take off to? I mean, I do love me oh, there he is. I do love me the red mage, so it'll work out. All right, are we all on the ready? Let's do her. Let's get it on. All right, instant portrait reverted to default because I forgot that's, oh, god dang it. You'd think the person could at least wave, right? Oh, they're dressed for the show, though. You'd think, I mean, I guess I probably have a little bit of, It's probably because I haven't really been playing as Gunbreaker for all of the story stuff to get like the appropriate gear, but I would have thought like eventually I would have gotten high enough gear to be able to do it as a tank. I mean, we're close, but alright, sir. Going well. Going well. And then, you know, of course, there's like the Red Mage that I haven't touched in probably since the last dungeon, and he's got high enough gear to do it, and he's two levels lower than my Gunbreaker. Make it make sense, right, Jordan? How? Why won't you die, please? All of you, go away. A lot of exploding stuff going on here. Oh God. Oh. Pulled too many? It happens. Shibbity-boo, there we go. Forgot these guys hit like trucks, eh? What kind of trucks? Like straight from Detroit? Or those Australian super trucks. I think they call them trains, but they're not trains, they're trucks. Because Australia is large and in charge. Lifted oh, you mean like the small penis trucks. Those ones, eh? Fair enough. Just as a reminder here, Wolf Slayer, these guys do hit like trucks. Just in case you forgot. We're here to remind you that they hit like trucks. America trucks! Not like them fancy European trucks. I think they call them lorries. You ever been hit by a lorry? No, never been hit by a lorry. Do they even have trucks in the Netherlands there, Cat? Or does everything just get bicycled in? I had to help out there with a little bit of the red mage healing there. It came in handy. I guess I also could have raised. Okay. Requiring me to pay a lot of attention here. I would absolutely say this is probably the one of the tougher fights that we've had to be a part of here. Lots of moving around, and this probably isn't even anything like what a... Okay, that tickled. Boy, you have to stay close to them so like you don't get too far away. But like, geez, Louise, I had to work for that. That looked difficult. Well done. Am I gonna get my feet wet? Oh no. Angry vanguards from Doma. Oh, more treasures for us? That's always good. Who doesn't appreciate free treasures? I know I love it. That may even go to me. Ah, don't attack me. I'm young and weak and I'm a mage. Not quite glass cannon territory, but you know. God, this guy's it's a tough one. Ah! God, that scared the bejesus out of me. Got a fight where you even got to worry about the environment. This is all terrifying. Don't stand in the middle, Jordan, otherwise everything is gonna go fine. Right now! Now! Oh my goodness gracious, there's a lot going on. But in very small amounts of places you can touch. How do people like who have to play games with like straws in their mouth play stuff like this? Jeez Louise. A special level of talent. I can barely do it, and I have all of my working appendages. God, now I gotta fight a small little cheesy Metal Gear Magitech Hexadrome thing or something. Don't stand near the fire would be my guess. That's probably a good thing to roll into right there. What is this? What is this thing that's by this Steven ASA guy? I assume that's like part of his shtick. Come together. I mean, thank you for coming to us on that. I mean, I didn't want to have to like cross the streams or anything there, but like I was like, okay, like we have to go to you, but like you're like all the way like over there, man. I don't know what we were supposed to do with those things. Is there supposed to be people going to each one? I don't know. That's what it looked like one of those things like, hey, can you go to this and step on it so like we share damage or something, man? Yeah, that might be earrings. Who doesn't like earrings? I like earrings. I don't have any earrings on right now because I don't have my ears pierced, but little dangly ones, right? God, everything's so bright. I'm going blind. She blinded me with science. Lots of stuff going on. So bright. Carrying on, we're almost there at the Hall of the Scarlet Swallow. Do we have to fight the girl with the single? Oh God. That thing is straight from Final Fantasy VIII. Like legitimately. Yeah, that tickled. This thing looks like it should be run by Biggs and Wedge. Not the Biggs and Wedge from this game, but from Final Fantasy VIII. Where do these other enemies come from? Are they like having like sex inside the robot and multiplying like immediately? I mean, if anybody knows how sex works, it's RJD, and you know. I think he's got that figured out. Oh, those lighting effects. Ooh. You never want to drag your sword, I don't think. Oh, he's been playing Gears of War. Good for him. Oh, they've made him super scary. Have they fixed his face where he doesn't have to wear a he's like Bane. Alright, we need to murder Bane. Oh god. Music's pretty good. I'm assuming those things are gonna move and hurt me really, really badly.
Die, die, die!
Oh god. Sorry, sorry. Oh god, I am so sorry. I just walked right into you with that one.
Die, die, die! We go together!
What on earth is happening? Just follow where people go. Does this guy have like 8 phases, or should we be dropping some type of limit break?
Die, die, die!
Well done. That was a hectic dungeon. That was a lot going on. Beautiful area. Don't get me wrong on that. What a lovable lovable area. Did you always have the short hair? Did you get a haircut somewhere? Did you go visit somebody? Ugh. Gunbreaker stuff, and I'm not, Nope, that's newish. Good for you. The short hair looks good. I love that you guys do this. This is great stuff. This is great. Alright. Thank you for the wonderful run. That went well. What's my... Oh my god, that's my portrait? Terrible. Oh, you can't edit it during this, can you? It's story time. I'm surprised. I thought we would fight her, but...
Have you aught to say for yourself? For what you have done to our people? Your people?
My people, he says.
Like a damsel in
Precious
distress.
darling, beloved by all, come to confront the wicked witch. My parents taught me no better. They worked me from dawn to dusk like an ox or an ass or some other beast of burden. Until, that is, my brother spied a chance to transform the family.
Is she the little girl that we saw the flashback of that was working the rice field that was told that was no good?
And so I was married to a vicious old drunk, who beat me as he pleased. And when I pleaded for help, I was told to grin and bear it. For the family, for him, for everyone's sake. They pretended not to notice, but they knew. They knew! What did it matter? I was nothing to them. Less than nothing. I wasn't of their flesh. I wasn't a fellow Domon. I wasn't even a person. I might just as well have been dead.
Now I'm trying to think if I mean, you know, unless this little freckle is an afterthought. Did the kid version have the freckle? Was that the giveaway? I wasn't even thinking of that at all. Like, I mean, obviously what she said there, it clicked in for me, but
And then my husband passed away one day. And so I was sold off yet again to pay his debts. But this time, I found a way to live for myself, to survive, as a spy for the Empire. Oh, those were the days when the scales first fell from my eyes. No longer would I be a slave to my parents or my husband or the pleasure house. I would be free and receive due compensation. That would be enough, I thought. Until I saw a doorman in the road, beaten and broken. And my heart skipped a beat. Lying at my feet, groaning in agony, sobbing in despair. Powerless, helpless, hopeless. A vision forever seared into my soul.
Much like I said, I share the same sentiment about the environment and like the water part levels. I don't know if everyone feels the same way as I do, but I think the story of this and going forward, like what we've played of Final Fantasy XIV going forward, has been really good. But this is just one of those unfortunate parts, at least for me speaking, of where the environment really doesn't... I'm trying to think of the word. It doesn't... Like of course the environment makes sense with the story part. Like, I get that. But it really takes away from how good the story is by, like, you know, how difficult the terrain is to interact with and negotiate with, I guess, is what I'm saying. Like, the water doesn't help. I know it's such, like, a terrible answer to say of, like, it's the water, but it's not, but it's the story and everything around it, like, you know, with the people and the characters, it still works so well. There's a good story there. But it clashes with its environment around it.
Nothing I would not do to feel that joy again. To bend this cruel, twisted world to my whims. Now, having borne witness to my life's work, have you aught to say to me?
I think it's just from me of, like, just... No, even from back in the day of just never really enjoying any water world. Like from the days of the Super Nintendo, no, sorry, from the days of, like, the original Super Mario Brothers, like, you know, like, hits you with level 2, water level, and you're like, oh, like, just even that's not overly terrible. Like, hey, but every game for some apparent reason has to have something that's just like You know, no game can escape it. You know, Dark Souls and its, you know, the swamps, if you will. Yes. I've been jaded by Kingdom Hearts, yes. You probably like Shadowbringers exploration a bit more. The environments have fewer cliff sides and blocks, just so it's a bit easier to navigate on the way. Yeah, and it just takes away from it on a, like an enjoyment level, right? Like if I had Flight, this might be easier, but because I'm just doing main quests.
'Twas kind of you to lend me your ear, my lord. But now it is time for us to conclude our little tete-a-tete.
Oh, what?
With a final game of chance.
Our little tete-a-tete. 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 What? What? How's Dawn Trail? Dawn Trail looks very bright and colorful, at least from like what I saw when they were doing like you know, coverage of the game and the expansion, but you know, having not played it, I know it's still fresh for a lot of people.
Who shall stand and who shall fall?
Did she somehow hit like the self-destruction thing
cast.
of the castle, even though we were flooding it?
This was her plan from the first, to bring the keep down on our heads.
And it's funny, like as drab and quiet that Heaven's Ward was, like, you know, just cold and stale and gray. That was where the story just was so good you could overlook the drabness of the coldness of it, right? But again, there wasn't like, you know, there were mountains and whatnot in that as well, but it wasn't as terribly obvious as this currently.
I will remember your words.
I did not have that on my bingo card. It really fit the vibe, though. The story was cold, the environment was harsh. That was the point. It was a story about sad people trying to live and maybe be less sad. Yes. He did kill her there, right?
We must flee. Order our forces to
That's like what that certainly looked like. I mean, there isn't many people that like are able to walk away from a samurai's blade, or a katana, if you will. You know, and who was it that she tried to kill? Like anybody there, or was it like, you know, it was hard to tell. Like it looked like it was Hien, and he just, you know, cut the blade in two, and that was the end of that. I think you're in for some really good story enjoyment. Come Shadowbringers, the story really rockets off. Yeah, like I said, it's. You are eventually going to hit a slog eventually in an MMO. Some people said the slog was like, you know, ARR. I never found that, and albeit it's a slight slog here, I'm still really enjoying what we're getting through. You know, if we're a little bit more than halfway through, everything's all right. Are you holding?
No, my lord! While you still can! I cannot hold this forever!
You were holding up the roof. Gosetsu, raise the roof.
No! We will not leave you behind!
Do your duty! Deliver Lord Hien and the others to safety! Now! Forthwith! I shall manage on my own!
Oh, come on.
Gosetsu! No. No one leaves. Not you.
Look at that face.
Else.
You know, if we didn't diddle around, we could have left here. Yes, of course, Gosetsu probably still would have been killed, but the man is now holding up the roof and also has been shot several times, and we're still just shooting the shit.
Go now, all of you! The day is won, and the morrow beckons!
No, you idiots! Oh, for God's sakes, I know we're for the dramatics here, but Jesus Christ. What will we say? Thank you. Oh, we said a lot more than thank you.
Nay, thank you for granting me new purpose and a measure of peace.
Gosetsu. You never failed us. Not once. You served my father faithfully.
Yeah, probably was
I'm a better
that.
man for your guidance. And the Doma we build together shall be better for it too. Be proud, my friend.
All Gosetsu wants to do is just die in peace, and we're sitting here just having him have his last moments be the worst ever by just having him like, oh God.
I am Shun, more than you know.
Hien! Hien!
Oh, she's still alive.
You cast the die. Gambling was never my vice.
How merciful the gods that I should find you in time.
I mean, I have seen people somehow get out of worse predicaments. But that one looked pretty for sure.
We must turn back now before it is too late.
What are you gonna do? Lift up the rubble and grab his corpse? Oh, I see Michael Bay directed this part.
Eyes forward, Cyrano. That was his wish.
I will deliver you to safety. The others are waiting.
I mean, I assume she just thinks that he was just like still in there. She doesn't realize that he was like literally saving all of us by holding, you know, the roof from caving in on us. I think that's the mount I got. Did they give me a mount, a flying mount when I can't fly? I could have sworn I got one of those in a quest or something. Your Yol mount, okay. The world turned upside down. Ooh, I got a lot of money for that. Thank you. The occupation is ended then, and the people must be informed of our victory. But I will not simply give up on Gosetsu for lost. Before aught else, we must needs search the ruins. Allow me, my friends. The castle is still collapsing into the river, and could easily drag you to your deaths. I can navigate the waters easily, without fear of drowning. Be reasonable, brother. You know he's right. Bastion, a word if I may? My lord withdraws himself, unable to turn his thoughts from the keep. He needs us now, more than ever. My friends, I am returned. I swam as far into the ruins as I could. And? Did you find him? Nay, lady. Naught remained of the keep for me to search. Undermined from below and shaken from above, the manner of its collapse was not most unusual. The floor beneath him gave way before the rest. It is not impossible that he could have been sent tumbling into the river. But the water is thick, with silt and debris. Despite my best efforts, I could not find him. I'm sorry. Always the glimmer of hope, eh? There is naught for which you should apologize. Thank you, Sorban, for taking it upon yourself to search. The castle is in ruins, and the people are eager to learn the fate of their nation. We leave at once. Are you sure, my lord? The day is won, and the morrow beckons. It follows us, greatest. I'm going down to the docks to see if I can get one of the Confederate ships to take us to the Enclave. Mayhap we should tell the others at the House of the Fierce to gather there? Magnai and Sadu know not of what happened in the castle. I will go and tell them. They fought valiantly and with honor, Serena. I pray them you tell them that as well. You too, my friend. You were instrumental in this triumph. I must insist that you be present when we bring these tidings to my people. Is that where I want to end up going? Is Kugani? No, I just need to go down over here. Okay, so that mount I got, mount guide, this, no. Where's my, there it is, my yo! So you were just a, you were a, oh, God, that's so disappointing. Here, have a flying mount, but you can't fly yet. Did I get any upgrades for this? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. 263. All right, let's wait, I still can't. Unable to retrieve glamour, but you must be in a city or else for a love of Pete. You all look like shite. The captain thought you might need a ride to the Enclave. Ready to come aboard? Let's go. Sit wherever I like. You say that like I have options. There's like three places I can go. It's not like we got rid of the Empire, though, or anything like that.
Everyone here. You were the last
like,
to arrive.
There's still going to be a problem. I mean, I'm assuming like them losing the castle, though, is probably quite the loss.
I see. Thank you. We owe the Confederacy a great debt.
I have waited 25 years for this moment. You owe us naught.
Dude, just shave it all off, man. Flinging the scraps there.
It's Lord Hien!
Lord Hien!
It's him! He lives! He lives!
Oh god, they think I'm a god.
Some few words of encouragement would not go amiss, my lord.
Right. Yes, of course.
Not much for speeches now, is he? What will I say? You're their lord, remember. Stand tall.
Forgive me. This is rather more daunting than I had anticipated. But you are right. I must be strong. Wish me luck.
Looks like he needs a speechwriter.
We are a sorry lot, are we not? Tired, dirty, stinking of blood and sweat and ash. The people pushed to the point of breaking.
Thank God he said ash and not ass. Could you imagine stinking of blood, sweat, and ass? Ooh. Mine straight to the gutter.
And yet, we won. The perseverance to endure decades of oppression. The will to carry on the legacy of those we have lost. These were the bonds that held us together and gave us the strength to reclaim our home. After 25 hard years, the shadow of the Empire no longer darkens these lands, and we may at last look forward to the dawning of a new day. But, my friends, it will be a day of work. So I ask you, have you yet the strength to stand? To rise up with me once more, here and now, and begin to rebuild our homeland?
Lord Hien!
Doma! Doma!
Always appease to the children, right?
This will not end with Doma. We will see to that, right, Lise?
Right.
Indeed, this is but the beginning. The tide is turning. and it shall soon bear us back across the seas and onward unto the next battlefield.
Well, a relatively happy ending at the moment. But I'm sure lots is gonna go really bad. But I feel like that's a good little stopping point. Where we get the silliness of everything here going forward. I wanted to ask you, because I know Wolfslayer, this is sort of like the last hurrah of you before you start working in an office again. So do you have like particular days that like you like to play or prefer to play, or is it just basically any evenings, weekends, or anything like that, just sort of like I know going forward? Because we gotta whet our appetite with what we play, obviously, and get that all said and going. That's the fun part of it all. But it's oh god, 6:30 a.m. is far too early to wake up and then have to work a night shift. Another 24-hour run. I would assume so. I feel like maybe like I don't know if this would like add, like, you know how like when you see like in like on your phone you can see when people are typing the message. I feel like the chat for Twitch could benefit from that if you just had like the little ... so like you know people are typing or thinking or whatnot. Evenings are pretty full in general, Thursdays to Sundays, but we can make an odd Wednesday here and there work too. That sounds good. All right. Well, I thank you all for the help today, and it went well. It's a good little 3.5 hour stream that we got going on there, and good luck with you with the new gig, Wolfslayer. Everyone have a wonderful weekend. I will most likely see you guys on Monday and Tuesday, and then probably Friday, but have an eye for the Discord. I'll let you guys know for sure what next week holds. But that's what the tentative schedule looks like. So as always, it's time for me to bounce out and say goodbye and good night. Bang. Peace out. We're gone. Ayayaya. You have to say it. Bye-bye, everybody. See you later.